What is up, my beautiful gemstones? Welcome to Friday night's live intuitive oracle with myself and Ghostdragonzw. It has been a heck of a week. I can tell you guys that much. I'm really just trying to figure out my schedule. I've got to take like 2 weeks off to try to get my little guy doing something, at least a couple days a week. I will be able to bring you as much short form content as I can. As far as the longer videos, I will do the best I can. They may have to be moved to like Thursday. There may be one a week. So I'm still figuring out my schedule. Just be patient with me, guys. I'm doing the best I can. It's summertime and I am a mom. So also, my Wi-Fi is really messed up. So if you guys end up not hearing me, just let me know and I might have to back out and come in. Also, I am trying to pay for RJ's birthday party and his birthday present. And he's turning 6 and his party is on his birthday, which was so cool, on July 13th. I got it booked at a martial arts place, a mixed martial arts place. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But financially, I'm like barely hanging on to you guys. So I feel your pain. I know it's been a rough one. The energy is very off. But I am here for you guys. We are here for you. And I just want you guys to feel comfortable that even if there's a week or two where you don't see much of me, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just having trouble getting the work done with a 6-year-old basically attached to my hip. But I'll make it work. I mean, I always do for the channel. I love you guys. I love helping. I love being Gemma. And I just, yeah. I got slow motion to giggle when he was in Grinch mode a few minutes ago with one of the shorts. So let me bring in Ghost Dragons and then I'll do my hellos. Actually, let me do my hellos first. That way he can do his hellos. Lotus girl, I should be here tonight. I missed the last 2, but I should be here at least a little while. Hello, my sweetheart. I hope you're okay. I haven't really been reaching out. It's just been, like I said, a very long, strange week. I had a lot of kindergarten graduation stuff to do. Then we had a birthday party that was like a family thing. I think I put pictures up for y'all. Mama Cindy Lee, welcome. Melissa Nicole, eventful. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Bat Mom, Miss KC, what's up, girl? Sir Cowie, Mr. Raymond, slow motion here, but slightly distracted. That's okay. So anybody who needs to leave early, just let us know and we'll do our best, as we always do, to squeeze you in. I'm going to bring in Ghost Dragons, and if y'all see me grab my phone, I just want to share out this stream because, as usual, I forgot to do it beforehand. He's saying no. Yes.
No. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's good. It was pretty funny. Mog says I take an hour to say goodbye in the end of my streams.
Like me at the end of the videos.
I said I've been hanging around with Gemma too long. It's just a thing.
You know, the end of the videos, I've gotten a little bit less. Like I used to talk for like 10 minutes. I've gotten it down to like 4 or 5. Yes, I cut some stuff out. Let me share this out to everybody.
I'm glad everybody's going. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Lotus. Hello, Kai. Let me say my hellos. Hello, Lotus. Dear, we need to talk. Cindy, Miss Cindy Lee. Hello, dear. Melissa, dear. Miss Bacon, how are you? Bat Mom. KC, you're in here listening. Hello, dear.
Casey's always listening. She just is like does other things, so she can't constantly be chatting. But she's in pretty much every stream. That's why I do the timestamp for her. John Woodmass, it's been a while.
Hello, John. I saw you the other night. Slow motion, Bat Mom. KC saying hello. Wow, it's freaking me out, man.
Oh, slow motion, you're so sweet. He said, you reminded me it's okay to be Grinch on my own, but not fair to put it on others. Yeah, I'm glad I reminded you of that. Absolutely. If I'm reminding people of things like that, then I'm doing my job and I'm helping. Lord knows I'm not perfect with it. I do my very best. I'm always questioning myself. Did I say the right thing? Did I make someone feel bad? Did I do the right thing in that situation? And I think it's important that we do that. Even when we're wrong, when we're wrong, to look inside of ourselves and say, oh, poop, I didn't do that right. Let me say I'm sorry. Let me make amends. Or if it's someone toxic that we really shouldn't be apologizing to, not because they don't deserve an apology, but because they don't know how to accept an apology. Just knowing in ourselves that what we did, like we need to try to make that better. I had someone we were at the fair for the second time. So not last Friday, I was here. And then the next night we went to the fair, but we went much later. and they had fireworks and a whole bunch of stuff. And we're sitting in the car, and I said, yeah, let's just let everyone go in front of us. That's great. Meaning like the police officers just kept letting the one side go. And we had already been in traffic for like literally 20 minutes just sitting. And someone looked at me and said, it's about kindness. But in such a sarcastically dripping tone. And I remember thinking, like, I'm not perfect. I'm only human. I do get upset sometimes, but I'm able to look at myself in that moment and see where I went wrong. And I think that is the best we can do. You know, we can't take words back that we say, but I feel like if we're constantly self-analyzing, not to a crazy, but you know what I mean, like catching ourselves, like, you know what, that person was right. I should have been kinder in that moment, but it wasn't brought to my attention so I would be kinder. It was brought to my attention to mock my job, which is what always happens.
Hey, so you're no worries, hon. I'm just not used to see you actually talking in chat. I know you're usually around, but it's like I want to just dance because it's nice to see you in here. How's that daughter of yours?
John, you're absolutely right. We can't get everything right.
No, we're human.
Casey said, Gemma, your Pisces shorts scared me. It was so on target for me. Me too. They've been like, I've been feeling them. So I got a new deck for the shorts. I just did the July General. And it's called What Lies Beneath. And they are such beautiful, great cards. And again, the Pisces, Aries, and Libra, I was just like, whoa. So one more thing I just want to say really quick, guys, don't leave. If you have to leave early and you want a reading, let us know, because it disappoints me when you guys want readings and then you leave because you're like too afraid or too embarrassed or just don't want to say anything. It's totally fine. People do it every week. No big deal. I saw someone this week. I'm hoping that this person comes in. I haven't seen them in about 3 years, but I knew their life was not doing well. They are living with someone who is extremely abusive. This person, I didn't even recognize that.
Oh, did we lose you?
Let me know if I'm back, guys.
You're back now.
I'm so sorry. I may have to unplug the other Wi-Fi's. So yeah, so this person is someone who I've known my whole life and who's just like the most beautiful person in the world, physically and on the inside, but like always in like these terrible relationships. But this person is being abused to the point where there's death on her. And I was afraid to let her go, you know. And she said to me, she's like, Gems, like, I was hoping I'd see you here because you're the only person that I knew would be there for me without judging me about it, right? Because I've been there. But at the end of the day, I still kind of want to lock her in my basement. I'm afraid that one of the next videos I make is going to be my sister was murdered. I mean, I'm terrified for her. So if you guys could pray just for my eldest sister. I don't want to put her name out there. I don't want to embarrass her. I have 4 sisters, so and some of them do come in sometimes, but I'm so fearful for her. Right. Slow motion. And my son said that to me. He said, but when do we stop? Right. This has been, you know, like escaping out the window in the newspaper, and then reuniting with the person. And when's the point of like where you understand that trauma bond, but you also know there's nothing you can do. Right. But don't we love the person anyway? Or do we just say, well, they made their bed? And I think a lot of people in my family, they don't know how to deal with it. So it's not like they're like, well, she made her bed. I think they're more of like, I don't know what to do. I don't want that drama. I don't want to get involved. And I don't either. But now that I saw her, I can't get her out of my head. And I just hope that this time is the time that she sees something in herself and heals, right? And keeps him away. So if you guys can just pray, because I saw it on her and I hugged her and I said, I feel like this is the last time I'm ever going to see you. And she said, me too. And we both cried. It's like, we know it's coming. And it's scary when you know something like that's coming. So maybe enough prayer and enough collective love and light aimed at her will somehow spark that strength in her for her to move away from this situation. So now that we got super duper deep right from the beginning, let's get started. That's why people turn the stream on and they're probably like, "Oh, this isn't what I thought it was," and turn it off because they don't like they don't want to wait the first.
Somebody will bring them back.
It took me 11 minutes to get started. Sorry, guys, but you guys, your collective light really does help, and it has made the difference so many times. I've seen it. So this is my family.
Well, that and the fact that you haven't been with us all week, that's why I let you ramble on Tuesdays, is because it's the only time you really get to talk to people and not have to worry about, oh, this is your car.
Yes. Oh, Laura, welcome. Yes. It's harder to leave than it is to stay. And a lot of times that's true. And, you know, she was joking. She's like, no, it's my fault. You know, I just have to learn to duck, because that's how we deal with it in our family. We just don't know. Nobody knows what to do. And I don't either. I don't pretend to, but I feel like collectively we can give her some love and maybe she'll move out of it. I know, me too, Bad Mom. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's talk about I found an old abandoned religious school in the town, one of the towns next to me. I don't think it's the town next to me. It's near more where my sister lives, is in Sussex County, New Jersey. I do not live in Sussex County. I'm not going to tell y'all where I live, but it's close by. It's like an hour away. I don't know exactly where the school is, but my niece posted on Facebook today. If it's right there in Sussex County, I'm going to find a way for me and Mom to go. Probably my sister Carol, maybe even my sister Christy, and just live stream it. So I'm going to ask my niece the address. If she doesn't know, I'm sure I could look it up. It looks super duper creep. Let me show you guys, and then we'll start the readings, okay? Laura, by the way, welcome. This is just my 15-minute
ramble session,
rambling intro, and then we get into the readings. I tend to do this, especially when I don't see my gemstones all week. So Tuesdays are going to Ryan and Ghost Dragons. I cannot do the 1 p.m. anymore. But I will figure out a way to maybe do something else on a Sunday or something. The schedule is going to change for the summer. Then in September, it'll go back to full time. But yeah, Tuesday morning at 9, I'm doing a pre-recorded interview with Eric from the Unseen Paranormal, which is always a great time. So here is the school.
Oh, cool. Oh, I want to go there.
It's been abandoned, I think, for like almost a century now. I've got to look into it, guys. All right, who's first?
A person, a lady, who you called first. Lotus.
All right.
I know you're gonna pat. I'm gonna get smack in the head.
All right. Lotus, I'm going to use Lantern Oracle. Let's start the night off right. I'm going to see if I can get my nephew to bring me to Bray Road when I get there shortly. That's right. You're coming to New Jersey, aren't you?
Yes.
Howie, yes. Absolutely. My family, so my niece that posted that is one of like 3 kids that wanted Michael Myers on like their 4th birthday cake, right? We grew up with it. My mom is the horror queen of the family. It's in our blood. We love it. And my connection always to spirit always made it like super special for me, because some of it would be funny to me when they'd be like, you know, summoning a spirit or, but now like the investigations, I always shied away from them. But now that I know how to protect myself, I think it'd be really cool for me to go and just like ghost adventure it. Go Lotus. It's their birthday. Her birthday, I think their birthday is August. It's either the 6th or the 7th. I think the 6th, Lotus and Arisha, but we can get down to 50 cent anytime. Okay, Lotus, you got distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Slow motion, I will never forget that your birthday is Halloween. That's why I almost always use the Halloween deck for you. I am ready to go though, guys. I did a big opening, a big cleansing, more so than I normally am able to do. So it's going to be a great one tonight. So stick around. And Laura, just so you know, if you have to go anywhere and you want to see what a reading's about, let us know, because you are new. We'll bump you up and you won't have to wait in such a long line, because I'm super popular. Okay. I do like 20 readings. I used to do like 60 a night. So I don't know. What's up?
I'm going to make her next. Okay.
Okay, great. Lotus, knowing the difference between needs and wants is key to navigating what is at the root of a desire. It helps us to distinguish what is self-sabotaging compulsion or mirage from what is genuinely life-enhancing aspiration to be realistically pursued. When what we think we want is not what we need or long for at a core level, the realization of such desires potentially results in something nightmarish rather than in a dream fulfillment. In worst case scenarios, this can have us running for our lives like this featured mother. Whether or not we consciously recognize a delusion for what it is, an untruth can never satisfy our needs. What's up, Smoochie Girl? Illusions have no sustenance or substance and therefore cannot satiate the burning desire that mistakenly drives us to attain them in the first place. Nonetheless, at the origin of every distorted desire is an invaluable lesson for us to learn about ourselves. Gently unpack the reasons why you are turning away from rather than confronting the things that are not actually as they seem in your life. It may be necessary to compassionately release yourself from an unwarranted conviction that things or a person will magically change into what they have the potential to become and cease making excuses for why they already haven't. Many of us, male and female in this room, can relate to this card. Wait till I break it down. Mother's message: once we get clear on what our heart's core desire is and therefore need, we are ready to recognize it, whatever form it takes, and to receive it. Make the space for your heart's true longings come in by freeing yourself of any illusions that still haunt you. The perfect example of what I was just talking about. He's being bumped for a wanderer. Slow, you're not actually angry, are you? Because if you are, we can do her third. The perfect example, and Lotus, I know you're not in a narcissistic romantic relationship. I know that for a fact because I know Porcupine, I know your husband, but I'm just using this as an example. We see the potential. We believe the future faking. We believe that the person's gonna. We believe the love bombing and the breadcrumbing. But at what point do we finally, and I say we as a collective, I'm not making any kind of personal statement about myself or my relationships. I've dealt with narcissists before. At what point do we finally wake up and say, okay, this person is definitely lying to me. This person is definitely future faking. This person does not intend to keep any of these promises at all. Lotus, that's not what's happening in your life, but something similar is. There is some situation in your life that you are not, and it's not that you're not seeing it for what it is. You see it for exactly what it is. Someone is lying, being manipulative, gaslighting you. They're not following through, consciously, purposely not following through. Hey, Jules, like consistently, that's the word I was looking for. And you've come to the realization that they're not going to. Like whatever they're promising you or telling you they're going to do is not happening. And the thing is, whatever this is, it's like, it's something you really need, right? So it's like someone owes you $200 and they keep telling you they're going to drop it off. They're on their way, but then they never show up. How many times do they do this before finally, like, you're full of poop. I'm never going to see that $200 again, right? There's something like that here. It's like you're finally starting to understand that something that you've been expecting is not going to happen. And the reason you've been expecting it is because it's been something that's been either promised to you or you were told, like, don't worry, by July, this will happen. You now know that, like, this person has no intention of following through. I feel like what the universe is asking you to do in the next week or two is, first of all, identify whatever this is. And Mike J, if you're listening, you better come in. Identify whatever this is and talk to the person involved and find out, like, what's really going on. Now, you could be dealing with someone who's never going to tell you the truth no matter what. You can present them with evidence and they will still be like, no, I plan on doing that. This is you detaching from that energy and just understanding that either you have to find another way or you have to do it yourself. In the next week or two, you're going to be sorely disappointed as this realization hits you. But Tennille, I feel like this was needed because the universe wants you to act. No more sitting around waiting for this other person or these other people to do whatever this is. They have no intention of doing it. They never did. You're probably never going to find out why they led you on like this, why they future faked you, why they lied for the sake of lying. And you have to come to terms with that. Like, that's going to have to be okay. You can't let it haunt you. It's just like they didn't follow through. And I don't just want to say like it didn't happen, because somebody has orchestrated this. Somebody has been telling you, yes, you know, but it's like the expiration date has long passed, and you being who you are, you understand that. Now you're going to have to convince your husband, because I do think this has to do with him as well, that you both are going to have to either do this yourself, or I feel like you're out of money, like you paid someone to do something. It's very confusing to me, as some of the readings are, even with knowing you personally. So if you want to reach out, I can tell you a little bit more personally about what this is. But I do feel like it's like you guys put money out and someone was like, I'll take care of it. Don't worry. And now it's like you need whatever this is done. The other person is still playing games. You can sit there and fight with them and try to get the truth and try to get and try all you want, but it's not going to make whatever needs to happen. Laura, if you're here and you'd like a reading, let us know, please, because I'm going to read for you. Well, slow motion, thank you. I definitely haven't been working out, but I've been spending time outside. I'm probably a little tan. I still have my bald spot, but I'm trying to be more natural in front of the camera, because I've been getting a lot of criticism, and not really because of that, just because I finally decided that, like, I just am going to be who I am. Like, I'll still wear my wigs and stuff when I want to glam it up, but I get such a positive response when I'm just not decked out.
They love you for who you are, woman.
I had to stop doing yoga because I have my little guy here, but I can do it with him here. He doesn't bother me when I do it. He knows it's like super duper important, but I can't like seem to find the 20 minutes to like fit it in. I can't do the hour in 20-minute increments, but I can do the 20 minutes. So let's see if Laura answers. If not, we'll move on and hopefully she'll come back in.
Yes, and Cindy Lee, I'll put her, because she's next, but she's not back in yet. She'll be here. I know her. So I'm going to put her on hold. Feed the trolls. Feed me, trolls. But if she doesn't answer here soon, we'll go ahead and do Melissa.
Okay. Multifaceted Jules has a friend with her, Paul. So let's put Paul with Jules. So whenever Jules is, we'll do Paul, then Jules, or Jules, then Paul. Whatever.
$5. I'm kidding.
Just throw some waffle sandwiches at him. Melissa, I'm going to do Fairy Forest.
You said Paul, right? Yes.
Paul, yes. Paul DB, but we'll just say Paul. I feel bad. What drove Laura off, I wonder? She was so excited to finally catch a stream, and then she's gone. And that's where I start feeling very self-conscious.
Well, they don't know how you run your stream yet. So she's still maybe just watching. Just be patient. A lot of people come in and don't understand, they're getting used to the wing of things. And you'd be surprised. Some of them do come back. Some of them just watch in the background. So
why don't we do this? Miss Pixie Girl, what's up? Let's treat Paul as a newcomer, because Jules said he's actually not staying that long. So if we can treat him as a first timer and get him done before her, because she's staying and he's not, which is fine. We only have
waffle sandwiches now.
You owe him 10 waffle sandwiches, Jules. They don't stay very well in the mail.
You're good.
Laura, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm not a like reach out type person, but as I've explained to you, if you need me, I'm always here. All right, Melissa, let's see. We miss you. We love the Thursday night haunt, but we definitely miss you.
And I've had people say that they've missed you, so.
Jules, not while I'm vaping. I'll gladly play you Tuesday for a hamburger today. What is that from? Is that the Hamburglar?
That's what's his name?
I don't remember his name. Oh, nice. Melissa, you got Ragnarok, destruction, ending, final moment. There must be an ending, and it must come soon. You have stood between the forces of destruction for some time, believing that to hold on and to maintain is seeking to end has been the strong and right thing to do. But when this card comes, it is Ragnarok, girl. It's the end of the world. And while this card can speak of earth changes and cataclysms that begin with the sea and the land and the sky, it's more truly about the end of one time in your life, because a cycle is nearing not only completion, it must end in order for the new beginning which awaits you to be given the space it needs to enter and also to flourish. Everything has its time. Every tree must fall. Please know that you are neither weak nor are you a failure for letting this ending happen. Holding on to it is taking up all of your energy and it's draining you when the finality you are hoping to avoid will actually bring you renewal, truth, a raw primal moment when you can become your own true self again. Cease exhausting yourself by holding on to what's already done and over with. You cannot stop what seems to be destruction, but you can ready yourself to face what must be faced, to go through the hard time that will soon come, but which will bring you so much richness and so many new opportunities. Let go, friend. And Melissa, guys, let me know if you start not being able to hear me. Cease your quiet suffering. Howl, lift guy with your cries of pain, but then sleep and know you will return with a spirit daring, strong, and reborn. Wimpy, that's it. Miss Pixie, take all the time you need. All right. We miss you, but we totally understand. Jules, it took me a minute, but I got it. Melissa, honey, this isn't anything that you don't already know. Okay. This is the ending. Okay. And it is over. It's completely over. It's been over for a long time, but have you actually come to that acceptance? Like over without a doubt, without bringing it back in, no contact, no chance. Because if you give this another chance, you're only prolonging the inevitable. And the universe is saying, like, hey, Life with Bobby, the universe is saying to you, Melissa, you've got to allow yourself time to grieve whatever this is, to suffer through it. You've held your pain in and just tried to push forward and push on for so long that you haven't allowed yourself to feel it. And in the next week or two, because it's over, the feelings are going to start coming in. And that's when you're either going to make or break your destiny. Are you going to give in to the false sense of loneliness and loss? Or are you going to stand strong, play through the pain, grow through what you go through, and step into the beautiful opportunities that are coming into you? Do not let this person manipulate you to let them back into your life. There's just nothing there. And you know this deep down inside, but like someone said earlier, it's easier to stay than to leave most of the time. So if you've left or y'all aren't like physically together anymore, living in the same space, you've more than done half the battle. But the test is going to come in the next 2 weeks with keeping this person away. What's up, John P? Because I do feel like they still feel like they own you in some way. This is a toxic person. We all know this. Most of us do. They don't want to let their possession go that easily. You're going to have to stand strong. And I've got to tell you, the message I just heard was call the cops if necessary. I'm not a cop caller. I wanted to work for the FBI, and half my family, my dad's side, called me a snitch. And when I was like 5, so I'm not a cop caller, but that is the message I heard for you. You too, John. Thank you.
Okay, what we're gonna do here?
Lock in. Because I see cops getting involved. Like, he's not going to give this up. And if you take him back, you're going to wait. It's literally nothing more than a waste of time. It's already done and over with. And the universe is looming right here to throw in exactly what you need at this time. Even if you don't know it yet, you'll walk right into it. All you have to do is grieve this, allow it to happen for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, we're going to do
let him move on to new supply. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just pausing for a second. We're going to do Bat Mom. And then we're going to do Paul. And then we're going to do Casey because she was next. And then we're going to do Cowie. And then we're going to do Slow.
Just I know tell me 3. The first 3.
Well, I was going to give you the whole list in case I disappeared for some reason. Like, went and you know what kind of dragon you are? You're a fetching ice dragon. That's what your birth sign is.
Is it really?
Yeah, fetching ice dragon. I'm an enchanted snow dragon.
Nice. Oh, ice and snow. Melissa, yeah, I know it's hard. Like, I've gone back a million times in my past relationships, right? just got to find a way to distract yourself and make sure that you remember like the good times. Did that person participate or like plan any of those? Or was it just manipulation tactic when they did, right? What good came out of that? They knew exactly what they were doing. They understood how they're hurting you. They know that they're wrong. You know, all of this that you've been dealing with that you're going to start self-manipulating now. Know that that's what it is, okay? And reach out to people who are not going to try to enable him back into your life. Beautiful group of people. I'm excited that I had time to get on and say I've missed being here with you all, rare spiritual beings. Hope everyone has been phenomenal. It's been rough, Ralph, but it's good to see you. And every time we get together, it's an amazing time. If you want a reading before you go, just let us know. Okay. Thank you, Raymond. All right, Batmom, I'm using Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And I do this every time. I always like to look up my chart, which I'm going to do because I have it saved. So if y'all could just give me a minute. I definitely have it right here. So I just like to know, like, when I pull the positions where my stuff is, because it's fun for me to reread and go through these natal charts on Cafe Astrology. And no, I am not sponsored by them, but it's just so interesting. They have like 70 pages of you, and it will explain so much about yourself. It's just crazy. So, all right. Miss Batmom, just remember this may not be your actual chart, but it is the energy coming in. I believe this is Mars in Taurus, but I'm going to check because I'm not sure of the little symbols yet. Mercury, Venus, Mars. It is Mars and it is Taurus. All right. Batmom, let me get out of here. I know my Mars is in Aries because I always I know that it's like at home. I have so much fire in my chart. A junior bacon dragon. Batmom, much of the energy in the Mars Taurus nature is devoted to the acquisition of material things. This card describes practical, determined people who will fight for and defend that which they deem important in life. People with this planet sign combination take their time in making choices, but once the decision is made, there's really no going back. Nobody's going to take away what belongs to the Mars Taurian. And if he or she gives things away, credit for it is required. I feel you, girl. Despite having a somewhat materialistic outlook, Mars Taurians can be incurable romantics and rarely forget to keep the pleasure-loving part of life alive. They do not like to waste energy and believe that skillful methods and techniques are worth more than brute force. Mars Taurus types have a great ability to see the potential in the most ordinary of things, transforming them with slow but sustained encouragement into objects of worth. For Mars Taurians, the option of running their own business is very attractive. If they do, the chances of success are high, since a competitive streak makes them give of their best when completely responsible for their own finances. Negatively, this placing of Mars can indicate a ruthless and mercenary approach to life in which all actions are guided by financial outcome. When this card is dealt in a reading, it shows a need to defend something the questioner values. Nuts slap! Oh, girl, are you getting it from Cafe Astrology? Because they just lay it all out right there. It's like in plain English. As long as you ignore when it's like Trine, Saturn, Sagittarius, moon spun backwards 75. Like, don't read the labels. Just read the information. That's how I do it. So, yeah, definitely looking to defend something. And I feel like this is very, very personal. Okay. Yes. Paranormal Pixie. I wish someone didn't choose Mystic that already, because I would love to have that as like the title of the stream instead of Live Intuitive Oracle. But I was thinking of like the Island of Misfit Toys, because I just love that that's who we are. All right, Batmom. So you are defending something in the next week or two. And I feel like you have been maybe quietly in your mind, like going through the situation, obsessing a little really, but given the circumstances of whatever this is, it's understandable that you would want to really be sure that you know what you're thinking is right? Like I was talking about in the beginning, checking in with your emotional vibration, making sure that you're understanding the situation properly. I feel as though you are about to stand up for yourself in a situation, either defending a decision you've made or finally taking someone to task for something they've done or something they've been doing. This is like you finally understanding that in one particular sense, you are not wrong at all. And you're tired of walking around repeating yourself and talking to a wall. There's someone here who does understand everything you're saying, honey. But as I've told you before, they're pretending they don't because they don't care. And I don't mean to be harsh. I know that hurts. They don't care. This is you finally standing up for yourself. And I feel like these are the first steps that you're taking to get out of and away from whatever this toxicity is. Cowie, I actually do. If you want me to use one, I'm sorry about Mom. When I read for you, remind me. It's right over there. I would just have to get up and grab it. It's no big deal. I absolutely can do that. That Mom, I feel like this is good because even though it's going to hurt, it's going to be frustrating, and you're probably not going to make much progress initially. Like, you're not going to see the progress you make. It's going to be for the better in the long term because this person is now understanding that you're onto them. Okay. And that you're not willing to do this anymore. You're not willing to play house if this is romantic. You're not willing to listen to the future faking about promotions if this is with your job. You are just ready to learn and grow and change and accept accountability for your part, but no more and no less. Like, you're willing to stand up and say, yes, I effed up. I did X, Y, Z. And then wait for them to say absolutely nothing. And then it'll be your turn to be like, I don't want this. There's a double standard somewhere in your life, and it's pretty big and it runs deep. Excuse me if you heard me burp. And finally, you've had enough. I feel like you've had enough a while ago, but it's like now that you understand this person is not going to change and nothing's going to change for the better in the situation, you're like, screw this poop. I'm not doing this anymore. I deserve better. You're coming to that realization. Just like Melissa, you're taking the first step into your independence, into separating yourself from the toxicity, even if you can't physically get out. This is a really big turning point for you, Bat Mom. I want you to understand, I'm so proud of you that you're in a place of acceptance, and that place of acceptance is so hard to come to. It's so hard, and we teeter-totter on the brink of it, and we go back and forth, and we're like a seesaw, and we're on the fence, and all the other, acronyms or whatever it's called for that. You have finally, there he is. You have finally just come to that realization, and you're not going to go back. Now, looking forward, it's like, okay, I got to deal with this person, but I know what this situation really is. I'm proud of you. This is a big step. There's a big blank canvas, literally, that they're showing me, because depending on the decision you make is what you're going to fill that canvas with. Sacred Forest Oracle. I do think I have that. Sacred Forest. I do. I actually do have that, Miss Pixie. I received that as a gift. I have it right here. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That is a gorgeous deck. I wanted to say something else, but I don't remember what. I was going to say, Mike J, behold, I hope you read the comment thread. That's all I'm going to say about it. I shook my fist at you and said, you better just be yourself.
Okay.
And of course, you walked in right when I was saying poop, because it happens all the time. Give me 1 second, please, Ghost. I need to address this. Batmom says, I'm heartbroken. It's just my emotions cloud me. The pain is finding out that he never cared to begin with. Batmom, yeah. Yeah, and the person that you loved was a fake person. It was a facade. Coming to terms with the fact that that person doesn't exist is probably close to the worst pain you'll ever feel in your life. And I feel for you, honey. I feel it for you. Trust me. But the minute you accept it as fact and you don't, that's it. It's fact. No matter what the breadcrumbing is or the love bombing that happens or the lies that are still being spewed to try to pull you back in. You are now always going to keep that distance, understanding that this is not going anywhere, but you're going somewhere. Just keep it in the back. It sucks. It's a horrible way to live. But until you have the strength, the courage, the opportunity, the finances, whatever it is, to actually remove yourself, this is the best thing you can do, is always keep it in the back or even the forefront of your mind, that all the good times you have, the laughs, the smiles, it doesn't mean anything. And that is painful and traumatizing. And that's why so many of us end up with PTSD. I feel for you and I love you and I'm here for you. You know, I don't respond all the time and I don't really respond promptly, but anybody that's ever texted me and said, look, I need to vent, I need to talk, I was there. Like I will lock myself in the bathroom and listen to you. Even if you just want to just vent and I won't say anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, please don't turn back on this. This is the decision.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go ahead and do Paul now. And by the way, folks, if you do Facebook, look up Ryan's Facebook. He's got a list. And what it is you go by your first letter of your first name, then by your sign, and it will tell you what dragon you are.
Oh, is that where you got it from?
Yeah.
I've been posting all of these videos about narcissistic abuse so that my sister, I'm like, and on top I'm writing, I really hope the right person sees this. But the thing is, like, she knows, and she wouldn't care if I was talking about it. That's the only reason I am. She knows, you know, she knows, but she's not at that place where she's confident and strong enough to leave. But the brutality of the situation, the brutality is what is so scary, right? No, you don't, Mike J. The YouTube bylaws are very strict with certain things. So if you're sitting in here having an explicit conversation about parts of my body using explicit terms, then we have a problem. Other than that, I think there was just a misunderstanding. I also think when people first get on YouTube, and I mean, like, meaning Ryan, even Ghost Dragons dealt with it, I dealt with it, they're very nervous about like breaking the rules. So they may go like a little over. You just be you. You've never offended me. You've never offended us. Yeah, Edna jokes with you about it. Dude. And honestly, I think it's cute. I love it. I just think it's hilarious. And you're so funny about it. I don't want that to change. And even Ryan said, like, no, you know, I shouldn't have said anything. So don't even worry about it. Yeah, he did. Yes, Miss Jules, this is Paul. Ralph and Cassie, thank you so much. Speaking of donations, thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, YouTube takes 49%. I am doing RJ's, my little guy's birthday party, and I've got to get the birthday gift, and I've got to get the cake. I've got to do all this stuff. So any donations through YouTube, I'll get on July 21st, which is after, but that's okay because I'm sure I'll have some debt. And PayPal and Cash App, I will get right now and be able to put towards it. So if you guys have it, every little bit helps. Oh, look who's sneaking in. Yeah, well, the good thing is, Mike J, I know that you've been married like 32 years and like you're happily married, which is one of the reasons why I can take the things you say and laugh, because I don't feel like creepy. Ralph and Cassie says, sending this for now because I unfortunately know YouTube takes far too much. Yeah, I'll send you some extra funds here in a future PayPal. Ralph, thank you so much. And if you want a reading before you sneak off, please let us know. All right, let me get Paul done because he's not sticking around for a while. Paul, by the way, welcome. If you're listening, I don't know if Jules is going to play this for you later. If you're here. Dude, last year I spent, between the gift, the goodie bags, we did Chuck E. Cheese. I spent almost $1,500 on everything total. My mom helped me. Ghost helped me. A couple of y'all helped me. This year, the party itself is $450 just for the venue for 2 hours. When I was making, you know, like around $4,000 a month total with the ghostwriting contracts and all that, I promised him a PS5. and he didn't forget that I promised it. So Ghost and I are on the lookout for like a used PS5 or something that's not going to cost me $700. I'm very big with keeping promises, particularly to my kids, because I didn't get to do any of this for my older kids. I wasn't there. My little guy has a very healed version of me, which I'm proud of. All right. So, Paul, you got, oh, very cute. The Delicate Fairy and Her Ferrets. I swear, I don't know if I've ever pulled this card before. Yeah, this year is going to be even more. But, you know, it's worth it to see their little faces and their excitement. His happiness is everything. It's what I live for. Change is natural, good, and yes, Paul, it can hurt. Card number 24. Thank you to everyone who does donate at any way that you do it. I do get them throughout the week, 5, 10. Guys, it all adds up. It really does help. Paul, and I'm already seeing a trend here tonight. Sometimes the transition between one cycle or stage and another is easy, fluid, flowing, and smooth. At other times, it's rough, harsh, cruel, and painful. It's inevitable that if we are truly alive, we will experience discomfort and challenges when confronted by the unfamiliar. This is no curse. It's evidence of wisdom being taught to us. But we need not face these times alone. You are a wise and canny companion, just as these sweet ferrets are for their friend, the fairy. The fairy will not be allowed to be passive. She will be taught to be stronger, to care less for the differences between herself and others, and to step into her power. Now, just because this is saying her and she, that doesn't mean, you know, there's no gender assignment. Bobby, don't. I can't donate to anyone else that I watch, and they're all like my close friends. Don't ever feel bad. That is not why I bring it up. I bring it up for the people who can. It doesn't make me feel any different about you. Trust me. And I hope that I put that energy out there that, you know, until she can do this more fully, though, more of the time, her magical companions will use their claws, their sense for danger, and their wily cleverness to help lead her through fear and into achievement. The Delicate Fairy and her ferrets speak. Paul, we change, we alter ourselves, we adapt, we choose, we become. You are now being shown a way and the gifted magical tools to strengthen yourself while you develop your skills. You are also being sent a trusted companion to guide you through the deep force of change. You feel very vulnerable and there is fear in your heart, but why would there not be? Life is full of transition, shifts, and epic moments when we can choose between our best self and the tired, conditioned, most often defeated self. In these times of change, there is no map, no guidebook, no previous knowledge to comfortably fall back on. One cycle has ended. When a cycle changes or when we choose to create change courageously by challenging our limited self-beliefs, questioning our attachments to quote-unquote truths, or releasing our attachments to the way in which our lives should manifest. What's up, Nomio? We are either by choice or by contract undergoing an initiation of sorts. All initiations are in some way difficult because they ask us to step outside of our comfort zone and into the new, the unfamiliar, and the unexpected in order to expand the self. A new friend, advisor, or piece of information, advisor, not advisor, or piece of information will empower you. You must now shift the focus from what you fear to what you wish to become and face what it is that is frightening you needlessly. It won't kill you. It might hurt a bit, but the results are worth it. So, Paul, yeah, this is definitely an ending. And again, there's like a trend already tonight with only 3 or 4 readings. I feel like you've become comfortable in this discomfort, right? There's something going on in your life, and it could be romantic, it could be familial, it could be with your job, it could be anything. Take it how it resonates. This is like general one card. But it's like there's something here that it's not working for you. You're unhappy in it, but you're just so used to it. And I'm going to use, I think it was Batmom again, what she said. It's easier to stay than to leave. And it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. That's just true with so many things. Like your job didn't promote you for 5 years in a row when they were supposed to. So you can go get a new job, go through all that, the interview process, worry about the money. Where are you going to get the job? Quit this job. Are they going to give you? Or you can just stay and hope that maybe next year you'll get the promotion or the raise. you specifically, but humans in general go through this all the time. And so many light workers, yourself included, because if you're in here and you were drawn in here or brought in here, I believe you are a light worker. I'm connecting with your energy. Your team is here. We are going through this massive mega transition where this time next year, 90% of us won't be the same person. We won't even recognize ourselves. We're changing from the inside out. We're flipping upside down, our spirit, our energy. This is something that was contracted to happen, and you're delaying it. So whatever this is that you know deep down inside you need to walk away from, you need to do it, because this is contracted. And like I told someone else, the universe is just kind of hovering with this new energy, these new people, or this new job, this new love interest, whatever it is. But whatever that is will not come in until you end this. It's going to be incredibly uncomfortable. It could be painful. You're going to kind of have to, like I said before, grow through what you go through. Become uncomfortable. Take a chance. Take a leap of faith. Become the fool at the beginning of the tarot journey, right? What happened? The tower falls and he has to choose between being crushed and jumping to his death. He meets the devil. But what happens at the end? He receives the world. And good things do happen throughout the journey. But it's time for you to follow your instincts and let go and change whatever this is. Again, like I said to Melissa, you are only delaying the inevitable. Is Aunt Edna here, or do we need to say her name 3 times like Beetlejuice? Slow motion, you are definitely a light worker. I'll tell you a few reasons I know. 1, I can tell by your team. Everybody has a spirit team, except for dark spirits. And dark spirits would not last 5 minutes in here. When people come in and they you can tell right away, right? Pretty much. Sometimes we're fooled, but they will never come in here, number 1. They will never come in here more than once, number 2. And I can just tell by the messages that I receive. Light workers are contracted beings most of the time, so I can see your contract very clearly. You don't feel like a light worker because the human experience that you've had hasn't fulfilled you. It hasn't fulfilled your contract. The closer you get to fulfilling and being in alignment with your contract, the more you will feel lighter and like a light worker. But you definitely are one, because you would never be here any week if you weren't. You wouldn't last. Aunt Edna, Aunt Edna, Aunt Edna. Darling Deb, Darling Deb, Darling Deb. Who else? Mike Roberts, Vixen Doe, Vixen Doe.
Now, Mike Roberts, I have seen him on Facebook. He's come and go, but we know Mike, so.
He was struggling. I just worry about him. Oh, guys, remember on May 21st last month, I said I had 5.5 years off drugs. And I told y'all last week I made a mistake. It's actually June is the half year, because my clean date is in December. So that's today, guys, the 21st. My clean date is December 21st, 2018. I know y'all already congratulated me, but today is the actual date. And I'm excited. And the fruits of my labor had indeed paid off. I posted them, but let me show anyone who didn't see. This is literally the best. Where is it? Hey, I know I saved it. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be quick. Here it is. That's me and 3 of my sons. I know they look like my brothers. So we have 24. Smoochie, close your eyes. I don't want you looking at Damien with lust. My son, Kyle. My son, Damien. Most of you know him. And I'm not really going to show my little guy. I showed him for a second, but try not to show him. I promised his dad. So, all right, who's next? There she goes, David. Smoochie's obsessed. But you know what? If it was anyone but Smoochie. Life with Bobby says, I don't think I'll ever achieve it myself, but seeing others make it good enough for me, even if I'm a little jealous, I just remind myself I'm where I need to be at the bottom. No, absolutely not. Hey, John Noel, nice to see you. Bobby, no, you just aren't there yet. And that's okay. Sometimes it takes a lifetime. The only thing you're going to suffer through is like unfortunately, all the issues, quote unquote, that you've suffered through in this life, if you don't come into alignment with your contract, you're going to suffer through them next time. But I feel like everyone in here is here. Thank you guys, is here for a reason to become more in alignment. You're not a bottom feeder. You're not a dark spirit. You've just been treated unfairly because you go for the potential like we all do. Honey, that is not, no, I don't accept that. Thank you, Casey. Yeah, it was a big deal to have a picture with the three of them. Now I just get my son Logie and I'll be great. But it's cool. It's nice being around family. And it's funny because my son Kyle doesn't remember these people because the last time he was around all of them was when he was like 18 months. So one of my sisters, okay, so we're very blended. My sister's ex-husband, the father of her kids, he was there with his ex-girlfriend. But we used to live with them. And he hasn't seen my son, my son Kyle. He's like a big old teddy bear. He hasn't seen him since he was this teeny tiny. And he looks up and he goes, holy shit. And my son we were dying. He's like, I never would have known that was you. You've always been told what? That you belong at the bottom? Then you need to change the people who are telling you things and change the way you receive it. Let's say heard of ghosts in the front door and opens the back so they can run out. Oh, Cowie, is it your turn? Mark, hey, how are you doing? Is it Cowie's turn, hun?
No, next is KC, then Cowie.
Okay, Cowie, don't leave though, please. I've got the dragon deck right there. Miss KC, I am using Oracle of the Hekatean Path.
Hello, Mark.
I see you, Cowie. Where's the blue crossroads, too? Like the nerve. He doesn't show up 2 weeks in a row. Okay, that's too many cards. Let's have one, please. I know I'm talking a lot, guys. I'll try to get right to the reading. Life with Bobby, I was told that by so many people. And honestly, I'm still told that all the time, that I'm a failure. I'm a loser. You'll find it in yourself eventually. And I hope it's soon, to love yourself enough to understand that whoever tells you that, they've got issues, not you, right? They have issues. Even if my kids were losers that would never amount to anything, I would never say that, ever. I text my oldest son constantly to tell him how proud I am of him and that today's the first day of the rest of your life, like try to motivate him. That's a problem with them, baby. Ooh, okay, let's see what's going on here. Card number 30, the full moon, the card of illumination. No, Blue isn't here. I'm going to text him. KC, the beauty of the full moon energizes and motivates us. We can learn much when working with the lunar energies and employ the fullness of power to materialize our desires. This is also a time of pure adoration for the goddess, bringing clarity and evoking powerful dreams. Your psychic abilities may be stronger at this time or indeed need development. Hecate shines brightly on your endeavors, granting wisdom and revelation. I feel like you kind of can't lose in the next week or two. You definitely have a plan, whether you have it right this minute or whether it's coming in the next week or two, where you finally have decided about something, Casey. It's like you're no longer in the deciding stages. You're no longer worrying about what this one's going to think, what that one's going to say. It's like you've made your decision. You're confident enough with it. And I've been on this journey with you for years now. I read for you every month. I'm invested, right? You send me pages to tell me how it resonates, to validate it for me. And I love that. This is you finally stepping into that power we've been talking about and making at least one decision for yourself. And it's not that you don't care how it affects other people, but you understand that it's not your problem. You're doing what's best for you without hurting anyone else, right? The only way someone can be hurt by this decision is if they're not a good person, because nobody that loves you and cares for you is going to take whatever this is the wrong way. Basically, it's like you're deciding. So I'm just going to give a silly Gemma example. It's like you're deciding that you're going to rent an RV and go across the country because it's something you've always dreamed of doing. Okay. And you've always stayed because this one needed this and that one needed that. And now you're like, you know what? You guys can take care of yourselves. I'm out. I know you're not doing that. It's just an example. Tales told in the dark. Welcome. If you want a reading, let me know. And if you have to leave, let me know. Casey, this is really, really great energy. The full moon illumination. I feel like everything is just coming into focus. Okay. Coming into focus for you. You're finally, it's like you're sitting there one night. I can literally see you. You're sitting at a table, like writing something, or you're sitting in a chair reading. There's something. And then it's just like, ding, fries are done. Like light bulb moment. And you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I see this sooner? This is almost the completion of a cycle. As soon as you make this decision and move forward with it, that's it. Things are going to change for the better for you immediately. You got this too. Just wanted to pop in real quick. Can't stay. Oh, Jesus. All right, Lotus, prayers, baby girl. Maiden, mother, and crone. Yes. Hekatean stone wrapped in a necklace hangs with the feather earrings. Oh, nice. I have a Hekatean symbol on a key necklace that Mike Roberts sent me a long time ago. Oh, Ralph, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You have no idea how much it helps. Casey, you're so welcome, sweetie. Cowies now? Let me just pull the dragon deck. It's here somewhere.
Get him that dragon.
I don't want to stand up because I don't want to show my belly. Just hold on. It is here. It is here. Come on. I know you're here. There it is. Dragon wisdom. I have so many decks, guys. It's out of control. I don't even have them all out, and I have like 150 over here. All right. Dragon wisdom. No, but I do have 5 children. So I do wear belly shirts, but I wear the pants, like the hot, very, very high pants. Pregnant with triplets. Nice. It's not you guys, I promise. Ralph, yeah, make sure you come back and let us know if you have to dip out. You know, if you come back and you only have a minute, we'll get you in. Thank you so much. All right, Cowie, this is Dragon Wisdom. I don't know why I don't use these more often. I do in the personals. They're like very much more in depth, I believe. All right. Shadows. No card number? Okay. They're probably in alphabetical order. Oh, yeah, this is the good one. I have 4 or 5 dragon decks. This is my favorite besides For the Love of Dragons. A, B, C, D, E. Shadows. Got it. Cowie. If you draw this card, it's time to take a look at your shadows. The Dragon King, Oisin, is sending out the dragons so that we humans can remind ourselves that we are powerful beings. The black dragons are sent by the white dragon queen, Alba. They have the highest vibrations of love in their dragon hearts and are coming to transform your lower energies into higher frequencies. A black dragon has the ability to dive deep into the world of shadows, reaching areas that remain concealed from others. Many people fail to recognize their shadows for what they are, thereby allowing the dark side to manipulate them, to hold them in check, and to rob them of the energy and enthusiasm they once had. Let's name and shame a few of the shadows here: cigarettes, alcohol, too much sugar, a sense of fear, other addictive behaviors, playing the victim, spiritual arrogance, and so on and so forth. Now ask yourself the question: am I ready to confront my shadows? Cowie, if the answer is yes, begin the shadow work described below. If not, put this card to the side, take it out of the deck, and only replace it when you're ready. Obviously, you can't do that. So it says, let's get started. It's a little long, guys, but bear with us. Yeah, it's a beautiful card. Pick a shadow and become familiar with it, the why, when, and how of it. Shadow, to me, I would use the word trauma, right? Something that you've buried that's kind of maybe starting to resurface lately. The key is to understand that giving in can often mean victory and the breaking of paralysis. Inner rigidity can often prevent us from recognizing our shadows. Indeed, we are frequently extremely stubborn about this very issue. So, Cowie, I love you. I do too, actually. Let's start with this, okay? There's something here, and I was talking about it earlier, where it's like being aware of yourself, right? Being aware of why you reacted or responded. Casey, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Being aware of why you reacted or responded the way you did. How am I typing right now? All right, let me just focus on this reading. I'm sorry. There's something that either recently happened or that happened a while ago that's resurfacing, where it's something you really don't want to, I think it's like something either you don't want to deal with or you don't know how to deal with. I do feel like there's shame over whatever this is, but you have no reason for shame because in the moment, it's like you did what you thought was right at the time. I feel like for some reason, something from your past is just being dredged up. I don't feel like it's very terrible. I just feel like, again, it's something that you feel shame about. The universe wants you in the next week or two, work through it in the next month or two, Cowie, where just understand where you were at that time. And if you need to make amends, make amends. And if you need to forgive, forgive. You can forgive without even talking to the other person because it's for you, not for them. Forgiveness doesn't have to equal reconciliation and so on. I do see reconciliation here, though. It's so weird because I'm seeing this is how they're showing it to me. This probably isn't exactly how it is, but this is how they're showing it. There's like a dinner table. You're sitting around with like either family or close friends or like people you're whatever, like people you're close with. And someone brings up something. You definitely weren't expecting this. And it's like now you're overthinking everything. And there is shame here. This is the universe telling you it's okay to let go of the shame. The past is the past. There's nothing we can do about it except understand why we did the things we did or said the things we said so that we don't do those shameful things again in the future. If you're dealing with an addictive addiction, compulsion, hurt, hang up habit, maybe it's time to kind of bring that to the forefront so that it doesn't get any worse. If that's not the case, that's okay. But I was told to say that. One other thing I'm getting, Cowie, and I know this is long, I'm sorry. There's just so much here. That's probably why I don't use these for the one cards. Someone around you could be dealing with some sort of addiction. And I feel like you're going to notice it or you have noticed it. And it's like you're the one that could not bring them out of it because you have no control over that, but that can kind of get them to recognize what they're doing. The destruction, the devastation. You're just such a gentle soul. Like I feel like it's time to let go of past mistakes. It's time to release and relinquish the fears and move forward in your life. There's something here I think that you either want to do or you have the opportunity to do or that you will very soon. And it's like you want to do it so badly, but you're second guessing yourself. And the reason is whatever this is in the past, it's like affecting you so much right now in the future. And you have to deal with it and let it go. Lotus, I miss you too. Cowie, if that didn't resonate, it definitely will because that was a lot of information. And it was a very strong. Who's next? Cowie, don't worry about it. Haven't you been in here when I've used the fairy tale oracle? They're like 8 pages long. Hey guys,
Okay.
Better late than never. I was going to say better late than pregnant, but that doesn't apply anymore. I am 41.
Raymond's next.
Sir Raymond.
Sir Raymond.
I'm going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun.
I don't need a card pulled tonight. Just wanted to say hello. Okay, Cindy. Thank you for
Okay, I
telling
would have
me.
time-stamped you, but if you don't want one, that's fine.
Yeah, if you want a timestamp, I'm sure we can swing it. Just let us
Yeah,
know.
we only have Darling Deb. We have two. Oh,
Yeah.
and Blue Crossroads. We have timestamp open. I think there's a nest of birds that like nested on my air conditioner. We need a description for the blue dragon. What does that mean?
Oh, not sure. I am not sure. I mean, I love blue dragons, blue and white dragons.
I have the green dragon, my favorite color, and then I have my black dragons. Way too many people know my name.
Who got you that shirt?
You did. I think it's part of a pajama set.
Yeah, I think it was too.
I think the earrings too. I got these definitely, but I got them from Kohl's. I remember showing you the picture of them, and you were like, "Yes, get them. They were so cool." All right, Raymond. Again, this may not be your chart placement, but this is the energy coming in for you at this time. This is the Sun in Gemini, the card of versatility. I know you are a Sun in Pisces, like me and Miss KC. Okay. The Sun Gemini person's basic drive is communication, and this card indicates a mind that is quick to catch on to things and has little difficulty in expressing new ideas clearly. This card occurs when there is a need to be a quote-unquote jack of all trades, and the full gamut of one's talents will be used to the full. It indicates a need for mental and emotional flexibility and versatility in order to secure a positive result. Freedom of action and movement are essential for people with this planet sign combination, and they suffer real frustration in life as a result of unwelcome ties placed on them by others. The inevitable nerviness this produces means that Sun Gemini people can waste a lot of energy running in every direction at once. The negative side of people with this planet sign combination is the danger of becoming intellectually arrogant, almost forcing ideas and unwanted information onto other people. When this card appears in a reading, it makes a change of job likely, or perhaps the Gemini characteristic of being able to work on two tasks at once. Words in this situation are important, serving as a strong framework for the question. The versatility card also indicates a time to open the mind to movement, physical and mental. Contact with brothers, sisters, and neighbors is indicated, and many journeys may be required in relation to the question. This is a social gathering, impressing other people, the need for a quick decision, an important conversation, reliable information, some contact with possible media. So yeah, Raymond, I feel like there's a decision that's being put on you that you may not be ready for. So like if this hasn't already happened, say in the coming weeks, someone's going to come to you and ask you to make a decision, and you weren't even expecting this. You're not aware of this. The universe is saying to step outside of your comfort zone because intuitively you have the answers. This is like a test, not of your faith, but of your instinct. I feel like you can turn this person away and be like, I don't know, but it would be so much better for you and them if you just give them your instinctual answer. Another thing I'm seeing is you're becoming frustrated and or stressed because you're doing a lot. There's a lack of appreciation here. So either it's at work, it's very likely it's at work, or at home, parents, lovers, kids, somebody here is not appreciating and they're just asking like want, like Charlie Brown, like they want more, but you're starting to feel a big imbalance. So if you don't know what this is, you will soon. Speak up right away and make sure you speak clearly so there's no misunderstanding or miscommunication. I don't feel like you're dealing with a toxic person who's going to ignore this. I don't see that yet. So bring it up to them. And it's someone that cares about you. You're doing all these things for. They may not realize that you're feeling this way. Also, if you feel like something is the right thing to do, don't let anyone talk you out of doing the right thing. I feel like I just keep hearing, let's not get involved. Let's not get involved. And you know that in whatever this is, getting involved is the right thing. go ahead and do that. The universe is putting whatever the situation is in front of you because it's testing you. You were meant for something bigger. And it's not that whatever you're doing in your life isn't important, but there's something big here that you are meant to accomplish and achieve. And this is the first step. I don't know if you know this, but you're definitely someone like me who was put here. Your main goal is to just help others at all costs. Obviously not to your detriment, but you know what I mean? Don't listen when I see this person like tugging on you, being like, no, like, let's not. You need to stand up and take a stand for someone. You're going to be just fine. Break it down, follow the intuition. Dragon nails. I've had dragon nails before, but no, I didn't. Cindy Norris, here's the problem. When I had people, it was like they were allowed to tag me on Facebook. People were showing me pictures of their private parts. They were posting them all over my wall. They were saying really dirty, nasty things to me. And like my kids, my family's on there. Plus, like, so I put it so that I have to approve all tags. However, I don't know where the tags go, where I can find them and approve them because I don't get notified. So if you're tagging me in something, I do apologize. How I used to get the memes you were making was I'd go to your page every morning and see if they were there, because it's very hard for me. But I have started looking in Messenger again because it's one of the only ways that my sister can contact me at certain points. So you can send it that way, or I can't remove the tags. The things people were saying to me were sexually explicit and disgusting. And it was just going on my wall without me even noticing. Mark Halstead one time texted me and he's like, Gems, look at your wall. Like, who? It was horrific. I almost cried. Raymond, you are so welcome. Thank you. Who's next? Yes, new beginning.
Slow motion.
All right. Slow
He's
motion.
He's going to be here real soon. Coming to Wisconsin near you.
I know that he's coming to America, but are you coming to New Jersey?
Wisconsin.
Oh, that's right. Because you said Bray Road, and I was thinking, is that in Jersey? I don't know. What do you mean, unlike you? Oh, well, it wasn't posted on Facebook, girl. Someone said something really disgusting to me, and if my husband saw it, I would have gotten yelled at for it because I would have been told that I'm provoking people to behave this way towards me. My son would have seen it. He would have wanted to stalk the person and unalive them.
Yeah, because I caught a few, remember?
Y'all saw my boys. My boys are big boys, and they protect their mama. Slow motion. I'm using deep, dark, and dangerous. Oh, okay. I was wondering if you meant like the dragon nails you had tagged me. Was middle of nowhere. Can you guys give me a second? I want to text Blue Crossroads. I'm going to text them through voice text.
Also, look at private chat when you get a chance.
Okay. Hey, buddy. So I am live right now texting you, and we are all wondering where the heck you are. Are you doing good? And if you're super duper busy, let me know and we'll do a timestamp. Okay. We're trying to summon you like Beetlejuice, but it's not working. I got my Gem Joy, my bracelet from Lotus that I got for Christmas. I'm not wearing it, but it's so beautiful. I just saw it because I separated it. Did you guys see that? It comes with the app and the dragon and the fairy come out of the bracelet. Wait, what just happened? I lost the comments. Hold on one sec, guys. Oh, really? Okay. That's kind of weird.
Agree.
This is what I mean, guys. Sneaky, sneaky sneaks.
Eris right. Is one of them all. Right, Eris, where you're at? Eris.
What did he do?
Mr. Sneaky. He's the king of Mr. Sneaky. Eris is the king of Mr. Sneaky.
Oh, yes. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay,
Sorry, 1 second. I'm sorry. Eris, if you want a reading, you need to let me know, sir. Okay? Thanks. Sorry.
Thanks. So, Tails, do you want a reading then? He is. Slow motion. You got Cersei. My favorite number, card number 23. You are the magic. Be your own alchemist. Deepen your plant and herbal knowledge. Do not trust fleeting first impressions. Sometimes things are not exactly as they seem. Look deeper. Get clear about what is real and what is not. Cersei is probably one of the most intriguing deities within all Greek mythos. Born of the god of the sun, the Titan Helios, and the ocean nymph Perse, she became one of the greatest sorceresses, herbalists, and potion makers in the ancient world. Misunderstood and feared, it was said she was beautiful and had eyes like all of Helios's children of bright, shining gold. The myth that most people recognize about Cersei is that of her home on the island of Aea, full of tame beasts such as huge lions, wolves, and massive tusked pigs. When Odysseus arrives, he marvels at this graceful woman alone, except for the huge creatures, but soon realizes that creatures are all formerly men whom Cersei has transformed into beasts. With a potion, and his crew are among them. Again, here is the idea that a sorceress would automatically have to be of ill intent, and giving pig-making potions to sailors may be a bit of evidence to this, but let's look a little more closely. Imagine being Cersei, hunted by the great Athena, exiled to this island, and being alone except for your skills in potion making and magic to protect you. Every now and again, a boatload of sailors comes to the island, sometimes accidentally during a storm, sometimes simply to rest and gather supplies. Cersei offers them hospitality, salts, and food, but she is a woman in their eyes, vulnerable, and in fact, something they will use as they want. She is as aid. She is determined this will never happen again, and decides that every man who comes to the island, unless they leave the same day, will be transformed. Things change somewhat when we know the motive, huh? Cersei is able to pull together the elements in the plants in order to synergistically create magic for all kinds of reasons. She assists her sister Pasiphae when she gives birth to the Minotaur, and it is suggested she created the potion that transformed Scylla and the potion that brought Odysseus back to life after he was killed by Telegonus. In a long and interesting life, Cersei defended, hindered, assisted, and created big magic. Plant companion is Rue. Crystal companion, I wish I had one of these, but I don't, is Violet Flame Opal. Violet Flame Opal. Is Tails still in here? Okay, so Mr. Slow Motion, you are definitely about to realize something that was like right in front of you the whole time. I feel like you've been being fed a lie, or this is energy that's coming in, right? So if it's not already happening and you have no idea what I'm talking about, it is coming in. I would say within 2 weeks to a month. It's just like, it's not even like it's too good to be true. It's like someone is lying. Like, I don't even understand why. It seems like a lie just to sell a lie. Like, I had an ex-boyfriend 20 years ago that told me he was going to buy me a car. And we went to look at cars. I picked out the car. And he never got the car. And then I realized he just told lies. Like, he just lied about stuff. And that's what I'm seeing here. But the thing is, it's going to take you a while to understand that this person is just selling you a bill of goods. And I don't understand why they're doing it. I feel like you are not following your intuition the way you should be. Your intuition is working overtime. When you meet somebody, and this will happen in the next 2 weeks, or maybe a month, where you're going to meet someone either online or in person, and you're just going to know immediately that something's off. Now, here's the thing, though. You do give this person a chance. If this may have already happened too, like I said. But deep down inside, the universe is saying, follow your instinct and intuition. Why bother letting this person into your life? They lie for no reason. They're for some reason, like, they just want to get close to you. I feel like they have a lot of trauma, and like, you seem like a safe space. But you do not need, nor do you want their drama attached to you. I feel like there's a nice way that you can not be associated with this person. And that's like from the very beginning, keeping your distance. Okay. I don't want to say this person is dangerous, but I feel like any little slight might make them resentful of you. I'm just channeling this in right now, so I don't really have a full grasp of it. Slow motion, here's the thing. If you feel like something's off with someone, with a situation, with an offer, something's off with it. I do see a good offer coming into you, a real true offer, but the problem is you're distracted by this person trying to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. For some reason, it's like that is more interesting. The universe is saying if you follow your gut and your intuition and really pay attention and turn away the bright, shiny new toy to take the more practical, rational opportunity in front of you, you are going to absolutely thrive. You are a light worker. You are here to bring love and light to people. But that doesn't mean you have to take on all the red flags and all the drama that comes with it. Shut that poop down. Ryan Tremblay, Luke, I am your sister. And if you leave without a reading, I will hunt you down, sir. Blue Crossroads, I can do a timestamp for you. My phone's off because I'm streaming, but I was just kind of messing with you. Guys, give me 2 minutes. I have to run to the little girl's room.
No, don't leave me alone with them. No, just kidding. John Woodmass, are you here? Do you want a card? If not, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next person, which will be Smoochie. Hello, Blue. I hope your moving is doing good. And then after Smoochie will be Jules. So that's the lineup for the moment. So I guess we're doing Smoochie next, then Jules, then Miss Pixie. Hello, Ryan. Ryan, I got something to show you on Facebook. I'll send it over to you that Miss Cindy Lee sent me. That's pretty cool. I like the picture. It's pretty good, too. Lotus, I'll make sure she'll see that when she gets back. I got to star that. I thought I did. I saw it, Lotus. I got to talking about other things. Where'd it go? Right here. I got you, Lotus.
Yo, do you know who I just realized? Miss Wendy isn't here either.
Not yet. She might be.
So, Ryan, I went to a family barbecue. It was actually, Lotus, give me 1 second. It was actually the first birthday of my nephew's son. And my mom haunted me about Roy. I need to know the story so I can pass it on to my mom. She wanted me to call you right then and there in the middle of the party to find out about Roy. Really quick, you don't think my one card reading means disappointment with insurance, do you? No, I don't feel it has anything to do with the insurance. I don't really remember most of what it was. No, this is something personal with you and Hillbilly, with Harold, where you guys jointly put effort or money or time into something or someone that you both have to accept is not going to pay off. No, your insurance, I've seen through many cards that I've pulled for you that you're going to be fine there. Now, of course, I don't give guarantees because the collective can change free will. Someone could be having a bad day the day it goes through. But for the most part, and I would tell you because I told you about the tow list, I don't see anything negative with your insurance. And I really want to comfort you there. Again, I can't be 100%, but I'd say 98% sure that you are good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, unfortunately, wait for it because it is coming. Tony, oh my gosh. Who's next?
Smoochie.
Smoochie girl, I'm going to use Black Moon Lilith. You are so welcome, bestie. So that short that I did, I know some of you saw it where it was good because now I'm comfortable and I'm going to be weird and you can't leave. The laugh, you guys loved that laugh so much. I'm going to redo the short and I'm going to do a jig to the laugh. It's going to be hilarious. You're so welcome, baby girl. You know I got your back. Lotus and I believe, shared lives together. I think so many of us, not all of us, but like so many of us interminglingly, if that's the word, I make up my own words, have spent lifetimes together. And I feel like that's why we're all here. That's why we all congregate here. Every single one of us that's here right now, I believe like we've all known someone in here. I've known several of you throughout lifetimes. Funny. Oh my God, Tony, I had no idea. I thought you just, yes, Miss Pixie, I did. I responded to him. I told him I'd do a timestamp for him. We've been talking a lot more, kind of like, he's been telling me what's going on, and I've been being a better listener and a better friend. Thank you, though. I was wondering if Tails was still here. That was very strange to me. If they're still listening, I don't mean any offense. But I wish Cassie would have just said she was Cassie. Thank you, Mark. I feel it. I mean, I have to take some time off. I'm a little nervous about that because I don't want to lose you guys. I don't want to lose subscribers. But I've come to terms with a lot of things, and I decided that I can't, like, I'm trying too hard. I'm focusing too much on like my channel. And I need to focus on my channel, but I need to focus on it for different reasons. I've lost sight of what I'm really trying to do here. And the past couple of weeks have brought me back into focus of what my role is here. So I do feel a lot of weight off me with that. And I just feel like the people will stick around when they will. Who just said that? All the way back to SOR days. Oh, Wendy Williams, Mufasa. Ooh, say it again. Mufasa. All right, Miss Smoochie. Black Moon Lilith in Pisces. Tony, stick around. If you want a reading, you can definitely have one. Number 12, honor your boundaries, Miss Smoochie. Escaping reality can bring pleasure, romance, and joy into your life. When this card appears, it's a reminder to come back down to earth. Illusion can be a powerful creative vehicle, but it can also keep you stuck. When your dreams are trapped in the spiritual realm of your mind, oh my God, my whole body just leapt off this chair. That was so weird. When your dreams are trapped in the spiritual realm of your mind, it can block them from manifesting as reality. This is also a time when you can let go of deflating patterns of self-sacrifice. No is a powerful word, a full sentence, and will affirm your boundaries. You will lead a more aligned life naturally when you start choosing you. Black Moon Lilith in Pisces is the shadow of fantasy, escape, addiction, and seclusion. The zodiac sign Pisces is a water sign linked with the dynamic and vast ocean, symbolized by the fish. This is the final sign of the zodiac, also associated with the biblical archetype of Jesus Christ. Pisces represents the unknown, the spiritual realm, and sacrifice. When Black Moon Lilith is in Pisces, there is the desire to escape reality or have thin boundaries. Author, actor, and thought leader Russell Brand has this placement. He is open about his difficult past with substance and sexual addiction. One of his books, Recovery, is a manifestation of channeling his shadow into light and creativity to help the collective. Rebellious creativity or using art to change others spiritually can be an empowering and healing outlet for this placement. Remain present. Channel your need for fantasy and creativity. So Miss Smoochie, I'm not saying you're addicted to anything. I don't ever say that to people, even if I see it, and I'm not saying I see it, but I just don't call people out in that way because a lot of people get offended. If you are struggling, and it doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol, it could be anything, with some sort of addiction, compulsion, or negative behavior, it is about to overtake your life if it hasn't already. Okay, online shopping, natty only. Maybe it's that. There's something here that's making you act out of character, but it's like all the time now. So you're saying yes to things you normally would say no to, and then you regret it later on, or you're going along with things that normally you would stand up for yourself. It's like you've lost your drive, right? You've lost some of your smoochiness. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, you've lost some of your smoochiness. Okay. What I mean by that is you need to start saying no. You need to start being more present. Now, this is not judgmental because I am a Pisces sun and I spent years escaping reality, most of my adult life, as a matter of fact, until I met you guys. There has to come a time, Miss Smoochie, and the universe is saying that time is soon, where you come back to reality and realize that all the poop going on, you're going to have to deal with it. You can't pretend like it's not happening. You can't just wait until it blows over. Like, you have to be actively involved here. I do feel like someone is manipulating you, taking advantage of you, taking you for granted. It's like, oh, I don't need to get up and make a sandwich because Smoochie will just do it. Let me ring the bell. And that may not be exactly what's happening, but it's that type of energy where someone is like, you know, I don't have to do XYZ because she's going to take care of it for me. And while it's okay to care for your loved ones, particularly when they're sick, it's certainly not okay to have to take all of that on you, because then you become a part of the sickness. Heather, what's up, girl? Then you become a part of the sickness. Then that takes your spirituality down. Like, you're not doing well. And I know that because I know you personally. I'm not trying to air you out. You have to, whatever this is, has to stop. You have to start saying no, making it a complete sentence. And the act of saying no in and of itself is not being cruel. Okay. You're allowed to have time to yourself. You're allowed to not want to do something and not participate. You're allowed to have a few beers if you want to. The problem is, I feel like it could become a big problem for you because it's helping you deal with things that you don't want to deal with. And when I say deal with, I mean it's helping you escape from them. They're not going to go away. And I know this is very cliche, Smoochie girl, but I feel like you did need to hear this. You are beautiful, amazing, incredible. I wish you, all of you, not just Smoochie, all of you can see yourselves as I see you. The beauty inside of you guys. Like, I cry almost every week because the energy in here is so bright and beautiful. And I see all of you with all these challenges, myself included, that we don't deserve. But that at the end of the day, we planted the seeds and we're here. Whether it was a bad choice we made 10 years ago or something we did last week. And that's not to shame you or fault you, but it's to say, like, here's where you are. That's just where you are right now. And if you don't want to be there, you've got to get through it. Escaping it is not helping. Giving in constantly is not helping. Heather, absolutely. You go get that college homework done and your timestamp will be in the comments. I got you, girl. Also, note with members, I'm pulling names from a hat every month because I can't put out as many videos in the summer until I get something for my little guy to do. So I'm literally putting member names in a hat and pulling 2 out every month that y'all will get a free reading. I haven't pulled you yet. I did write down who is for August, but you'll eventually be pulled and I'll, of course, let you know. Smoochie, I don't know what to tell you of like how to do this, but I do feel like it's not fair that everyone hangs their stuff on you and you're just accepting it, where normally you would tell people, yo, like, no, I am unsubscribing from this drama, right? Like, you would normally tell people, that's not on me. You're not standing up for yourself. Heather, anytime, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you. You're not standing up for yourself. You've kind of just... Yeah, and you know what, Smoochie? Normally that would be okay. Your husband's asking what you made for dinner. But when it becomes like a job, then it becomes a problem. You have to change it. Nobody else is going to. Ralph and Cassie Francis, I got your donation. Thank you so much. That is awesome.
Okay.
Tony, I'm so sorry. And that's what I worry about with the energy drinks, because I'm 41, even though I always write 42 in the shorts. I don't know why, but I'm 41. I get so scared that I'm going to have a heart attack. I really do. Like, I need to slow down.
Okay, that means cutting you off.
No, but like, I do think about it. Who's next?
I know you do. Well, first, Tony, yeah, I get it. Believe me, they keep telling me I have to make changes, but I'm me, I guess. Second, Mark, she came home last night. Ashley's here at home, and Mark said she missed her. And I'm just telling Mark she came home. She's here.
She's home where?
Here in Ohio. She's the one that lives in Kansas. Ashley.
I know.
She's with her mom.
Okay, you said here, so I'm thinking, she's been
here in Ohio. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She's with her mom. We're having a little get together because her husband leaves for Korea for a year. So we're just getting together. Okay. And next is Jules.
Mike, you just said something kind of profound. Best I can with the tools I've got. And I feel like that is a motto that we should all live by every day. And of course, we're not going to be perfect, okay? But we're going to struggle with that. You know, why do I have, like, personally, there's something in my life that just like has been happening ever since I was young, over and over and over again, same demon over and over again. And I think sometimes, like, after all of that, the pain, the sufferings, the beatings, the kidnapping, the adoption, the thing with the kids, and the abandonment issues, and the cheating, and the drugs, and just why do I have to deal with this one thing? And I realize it's because I'm breaking an ancestral bond, not a bond like a good bond, a bond like it's bound. It's bound. I'm bound to it from a past life and probably the life before that. And that's why I'm so spiritually strong. And I give myself that credit, not like, you know, I'm so awesome. I give myself that credit in this lifetime that I'm going to break this bond, at least for my next lifetime. So if it was poop, all this, and there were so many amazing things that came out of it, I'm going to have a better life next time. And I'm going to do more with my gifts from an early age. But right now, I can only do what I can do. And the best I can do is to love to the best of my ability. It's hard when I always have someone reminding me that I always tell people to be kind and I'm nasty. Well, I am human too. And I'm kind to people who are kind. And if they're not kind to me, I don't deal with them. But when you have to deal with someone that you feel doesn't even like you as a human being, it's hard. We can only do the best we can with the tools we've got. Mark Hall said, I'm going to use the human spirit. I've been waiting to use this one. I don't know why. New England Dirt Roadie, anything for you, sir. Of course. That was just profound to me. That tiny sentence that's so obvious, but yet it's not, right? Netter, so good to see you. I was thinking about you. I'm glad you popped in. I'm kind of uncomfortable that I blocked someone for doing something really messed up to me, and then they come in under another name. Oh, Jules, I thought this was Pixie. Thank you. Mark, I'm so sorry. I've got to read for Jules because for some reason she always slips through my fingers and I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, she was next.
She was. Pixie, thank you. Mark, just chill. Miss Jules, I am going to use the Quantum Oracle. Heather, I think we're all just surviving. There is a major shift going on. Jules, this is you, baby girl. Sorry about that. There's a major shift going on in the energy, and it's not shifting properly, I would say, in our direction. So we're all struggling severely. But the good news is there is a major mega change coming. It's just we're probably not going to see it till like December or January, depending on our sign. Pisces suns will do the best. And I'm a Pisces sun and I am not doing well, but we're doing the best. So if you're struggling personally more than usual, this is why. The collective is in the hands, unfortunately, of the darkness, but not for long. Miss Jules, are you listening? I feel she gets really upset when we accidentally miss her. Virgos, yeah, I mean, for some reason with Pisces, where our placements are, and I don't know the astrology of it. I don't know every sign like where they are right now, but I know that Pisces has been through some sort of really strange, horrible transition for like 8 years. In 2024, Pisces moved out of that position and everyone else is moving into it. So y'all have like 8 years of more poop where Pisces will be coming out quicker. But being Pisces, we all know that our mission is to pull you guys through it. I had a feeling you were a Virgo. because Virgo are the people I get along best with, because they're the opposite. So I'm 12, Virgo is 6. And I remember you now from, I think it was Rossi's. I've been trying to place you for so long. I hope Jules is still listening. I'm running my mouth and people are waiting for readings. August 19th. I don't know that many Pisces. I know Raymond's, Casey. I think Blue Crossroads is a Pisces rising. I might be wrong about that, though. I know he's an Aries moon. But I know Blue Heron used to be a Pisces moon. Pisces moon people scare me because they are the most emotional people like ever. Okay, let me get this done. Yes, Rossi's. I remember. I have a picture of us, I think, singing karaoke. We didn't really like know each other, but we were singing New York by Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. If you remember, at the time, I was with Billy, and I take pictures off his Facebook all the time. He saved every picture from every night out before he passed. So, all right. Sorry about that. Jules doesn't seem like she's listening, but Ryan, please don't leave without a reading. Mark, you are next, sweetie. My dad's an old Sagittarius. You're December, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but 17th? That's so funny. Julie girl, you got the 7 of Intention, which is the card of the honoring path. Respect and high regard, Pisces moon. Yeah, you guys get so overwhelmed with your own emotion and then everybody else's. I always that's the only placement that I worry for. Jules, a woman stands on stage. Before her, an audience applauds her shining presence. On a purely practical level, this card indicates that you will soon be receiving positive recognition for something you've done or something you're about to do. On a deeper, more personal level, this card reveals a shift in others' attitudes as well as your own towards you. You are starting to see the best in yourself, and as your self-regard increases, others will see the best in you also. If someone treats you with disrespect, you now have the power to demand civility. In fact, the energy of self-honor is the only way to get the response from the universe you're looking for, that you long for. So choose an increasing intention of self-respect in your thoughts and your behaviors. Such a powerful daily approach projects incredible dignity and authentic power to irresistible vibrations in the universe. So take a bow. When you acknowledge yourself, the world acknowledges you back. Affirmation: I choose to prioritize myself. I am a truly valuable person, deserving of my own self-care. Jules, yeah, this is you, and I'm so flippin' glad to see this. Bruce Springsteen's birthday is September 25th. I am so glad to see this, okay? Because this is you finally in your power, living your best life. And things are still poopily, right? There's still poopily stuff going on. People aren't cooperating. People are rude. Like maybe you're still struggling, but spiritually, I'm so excited. Like I just see the shine. You are ready to put yourself out there in such a positive way. Like you're ready to get out there and help, and like whoever doesn't like it can go poop themselves, and you are just shining so brightly. And I feel like the more confidence you have in you, regardless of the experience you have and whatever it is you're choosing to put your effort and energy into, the more people are going to stand by you and really build you up. I feel like the focus is finally going to be on you, Jules, but in a positive way. I feel like you're finally getting the recognition that you deserve. And it may not be like for something that you've been longing for. Like, for example, say that you're waiting for your Aunt Tilly to finally recognize that you gave your child to her because she was sick and you were taking care of her. It's a crazy story, but that's what I'm hearing in my head. You're not going to get that from Aunt Tilly. What's going to happen, though, is you're moving into this new role where people are looking up to you. They are respecting you. Take me, for example, okay? I may not get the apology I'm always looking for from my dad, even though I do get it, for the neglect and the abandonment for substances. But I get the respect from you guys because I put my heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into helping y'all, into being here for you, and to just trying to shine a light in the right direction. It makes up for it in a way. I was the hero child and you were the scapegoat. So it's two completely separate things we went through, but it's the same pain. And I feel like as you move into this new space, doing whatever this is with whoever you're doing it with, you're going to understand that you are now getting the recognition you deserve, just in a different way from different people. And I'm so proud of you. Does anyone else know their moon and rising sign, Mark? So what's your sun sign, Mark? Because you said you're a Pisces moon. Tony's super laid back. His energy is anyway. Very stubborn. December 6th. July 12th. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Gray Wolf Paranormal is July 12th. My little guy's July 13th. My husband's July 14th. My little guy's, one of his best friends is July 14th. My mom's July 18th. I have a friend who's July 19th and whose son is July 11th. I am surrounded by Cancers. You're one of the only Capricorns I know of. Sagittarius and Pisces people who call me out. Yeah, Tony, you just give off that vibe, man. All right, Mark, let's see what's up with the human spirit. July, so yeah, there's just like my little guy though is triple Cancer. So sun, moon, and rising all in the same sign, all in Cancer. Miss Pixie, I think you are the only Capricorn woman I know of. I think Batmom might also be Capricorn. What did I ask? I don't remember. I think Jules left, and she probably left because she thinks we forgot her. She probably texted me. I wish when that might not be what happened, but like I wish when that happens, like the person says, like, "Hey, don't forget me." Ralph and Kathy, I actually thought that too. We're like 100% match, but you got to remember it depends on the sign. So we're water signs, air moons, both of us. I don't know his rising, but I'm a fire rising. And we both have a ton of fire in our charts. So we definitely bump heads. But the funny thing is I used to, like when I was running, right? He would come home, we'd have lunch, and then I run back out. He would call like from 40 minutes away and be like, I know you, what are you doing? Like, I know you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Not in a controlling way. Just like, are you okay? Like, he always knows. But the problem is when you feel like you always know, you could start convincing yourself of things that are wrong, right? Cafe astrology. And you'll see the thing, it'll see natal chart. Okay, let me get back in focus here. Pisces and Scorpio are actually a really great love story as well. Jules has the same birthday as my daughter. All right, card number 14 in the upright, Master of Destiny. This is so great because we were just talking about the Mistress of Destiny with Miss Jules here. Mark, ahoy there! You are at the helm of your ship, choosing the course and making the choices. You can chart your own map and decide where you want to venture. It won't always be smooth sailing. Sometimes the waters can get choppy and rough. That's okay, because lucky for you, you are the captain of this ship. Trust in yourself. Believe you can achieve your goals and dreams. This is almost the same reading I just gave to Jules. It's okay to get scared or to feel unsure. Remember, when you're on the right course, your sea legs will never fail you. Funny that we are traveling to these many destinations to create our best destiny. Perhaps that's where the word destinations come from. And now give yourself a high five, Mark, for charting these uncharted waters and fully understanding that you are the master of your destiny. I do feel like you're going to be taking a chance or a risk, nothing to your detriment, but it's like you're offered, like you can do something and it's not something you normally do, but you're kind of like, you know what? F it. I'm going to do it. And I feel like you're going to really find more alignment in whatever this is. So it's something that you never really expected to happen or to have the opportunity to do. It could be something very small, but what it does for you inside for your spirit is going to be so major. I just see this major transformation. Now you're already going through one. I feel like you have come to this point recently, or you're going to in the next couple of weeks, where you realize how short life really is, and you're going to start putting yourself out there more. It could even be something you're doing online. There's something you're connecting with that you really feel is your destiny. This destination is your destiny, whether you're physically traveling somewhere or not. I feel like spiritually you're coming into a great alignment and possibly your big awakening. We all have several awakenings in our life, but then we have one big one in Mark. I feel like you're just about to align with that energy. The way to do it is to take risks and chances, and to know that you can't fail if you're following your intuition, because your intuition is your spirit team. Your spirit team is Jiminy Cricket. It's your conscience. It's your inner compass. Please follow it. Again, not to your detriment. You don't want to go bungee jumping off a bridge. I don't believe in bungee jumping. I'm terrified of heights, but you know what I mean? Like, you're not putting yourself in danger, but it's something that's like out of character for you. The more you move out of character for whatever this opportunity is, the more yourself you're going to become in that alignment. This is what I'm seeing. This to me is alignment. Okay, Paranormal Pixie, I presume you're next because that's what the chat says. I'm going to use the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Yeah, I don't know. That was just weird to me. I feel like the goal is close. Yes, it is. Miss Pixie, and I didn't want to call anybody out, but I don't know. I wish she had come in and say, hey, Gems, it's Cassie. I was wondering what happened. Instead to come in kind of like incognito, I would have welcomed her with open arms. 2 years ago on my birthday, I planned to stream. My birthday was on a Wednesday. We were going to do my 40th birthday party. So actually not this past March, but the March before. And some other personality that I used to live stream with that decided he hated me for no reason and tried to destroy my career, I believe convinced her to randomly go live to do tarot at the same exact time I was doing it and trying to ruin my birthday. I feel like she was talked into it. But the thing with me is, if I don't know you that well and I feel like you're intuitively, I feel like you're screwing with me or trying to hurt me in some way, I'll just ghost you. What is the blue dragon? I don't understand. Moon is in Taurus. Mercury and Venus in Sagittarius. Well, everybody has 12 houses. Taurus moon. Interesting. Earth moon. That makes sense, though. I don't know. At the time, I really thought there was, because of her association with someone else who tried to destroy my career. She never went live at that time on that day. And right after this person I wasn't getting along with messaged me and asked me if I was streaming, suddenly she was. And she was very close with this person. So it's all high school drama. I would have welcomed her with open arms. I just feel weird that she came in under an alias. So Cassie, if you're listening, that's what happened. And, water under the bridge. It's the Jersey in me. I think so. Sometimes in the comments, I have to apologize to people because I immediately think they're trolling me at the smallest statement. I'm so traumatized. Okay, you got the winged seer, and I am not surprised. Really, Mike J, November 25th, 27th, you said? 27th? Lara, you see clearly the card of clairvoyance. So again, not surprised. About the winged seer. Lara, the winged seer is an oracle angel, a being who can see the weavings of energy and thus the way events are set to unfold if the current energies and paths are followed. She then sends you your messages clairvoyantly through your ability to see clearly, although your vision may seem anything but clear. As you grow to trust your own clear-seeing moments, you will have brighter and brighter flashes of insight, and you will be able to see exactly what is going on within a situation in the snap of a finger, in a flash. The winged seer speaks to you. As so many people hide the truth, even from themselves, it can be hard to receive a visit from me because I will help you see when someone is camouflaging, telling half-truths, And you will also have insight that seem to come from supernatural sources. It is as if you have changed sight. You can see further, higher, and more deeply within. You will experience flashes of the future and sudden understandings of the past, and you will be able to foretell likely outcomes. I am the Eye of Ra, recreating your future, and the Adrinka, the protective eye that watches over you while you sleep. And if you follow through on what you now clearly see, there will be illumination, victory, and wisdom. You have to trust in your sacred sight. Yeah, Pixie, go ahead. Because you know what? I don't like that, the negativity anyway. And we were always cool. I always wondered, why did she do that? And I was so mad at him and the succubus at the time that I was convinced that they had convinced her. But obviously I'm human and I could have been wrong. I should have asked. But again, like, confrontation, no thanks. I'll just block the person and hope for the best. Lara, your divination message. Your clairvoyant ability is being enhanced by the winged seer. You may be able to tune in and quote unquote remote view. My gosh, how perfect is this card for you? Eris, yes. Just read the words. Yeah, I think that she didn't realize what she was doing, but she did it. And I do feel now, like looking back on it, that she was just thought she was given a good idea, not realizing that she was being set up to sabotage my birthday. You may be able to tune in remote view, also be able to see behind doors and into rooms and receive images that let you know what someone is doing without you actually being there at the time. We all know this. And all of these experiences will either empower or scare you. You have asked for more information, Lara. You've asked to discover what it is you need to know. Now that the information has come to you, you must be courageous and take action based on what you cannot logically, quotes, explain. It's important now more than ever, Miss Pixie, to be honest about what you can see, but most of all, to be honest with your own self. This is you. I want to say inadvertently, but not really. Like, you're denying your gift. And you're not denying it in a way where you're like, oh, no, I'm not clairvoyant. Oh, Ghost sees the blue drive. Thank you. You're not denying it in that way, right? You're denying it and you're not trusting in the messages. You're not trusting in the downloads. You're not believing what you're seeing. And I do feel like a lot of this does have to do with grief, but I feel like it's been going on for longer than this, right? Where you ask for the information or the information just comes to you. Either way, it comes to you. That's just your energy, babe. Either way, it comes to you and you're like, oh, awesome. But then you're like, I can't tell this person this message. They're going to think, I'm weird. Or what if it's not true? Then they're going to think I'm a liar or a fraud. You're worrying about all of this when really the winged seer is saying, just go with your gut. So what if you're wrong? Do you know, I usually don't miss in these streams because I have a big open beforehand. I'm very focused, but I'm sure I've been wrong. I was doing a medium reading for one time and I saw a purple shirt instead of a pink shirt. I said, oh, she was wearing a purple shirt. No, she was wearing pink. You're a fraud. You're a liar. I lost a friend because I didn't want to do a medium reading for her. And instead of just telling her that, because I didn't want her to know what I was seeing, I kept putting her off. And she said I'm unprofessional. And she pulled her membership. She pulled her huge donation monthly and she barely comes in anymore. Or something like that. But that's sometimes nobody came to me. I just got on YouTube and started talking. And I can tell you that your Thursday night stream helps more people than you will ever realize. Right? Life with Bobby, are you okay? You have to trust that though. If you don't have that confidence, like when I come into this stream, I feel like a badass. Like I'm going to help these people. I know what I'm talking about. We're going to have a great time. And I feel like you just need that boost of confidence, but you'll get that boost of confidence once you start putting yourself out there and people start coming back to you and saying, oh my gosh, Laura, you were right on point. Oh my gosh, Laura, Laura told me that. You need to put yourself out there. You offer readings. You can promote that in here. I would never be mad. I told you that. I don't have time to do, I can do personals if they're paids, because I'd work them into my schedule, but I don't have time to mentor right now. Whatever you have time for, you need to put it out there. Okay. Because you do know what you're talking about. I've seen you remote view. You remote viewed the park down the street from my mother's house. You've never been to New Jersey. She doesn't live there anymore, so I could say the name. You saw Tom's River. You can do it. But the only way you're going to get the feedback is if you put the information out there. And I feel like the universe is saying in the next few weeks, you're going to be receiving a lot of information. Just give it out. Give it out in friendship and in love. Nobody's going to come back and attack you if you happen to be wrong, which I don't think you will be. I really feel like you are being blessed with this power right now. But I feel like it's so big and so much and so powerful that you're afraid to release it. Gotta stop. You're on point. For numerology reports, use your birth name or current. I use Gemma unless I always use Gemma because it's numerology. So it's about the birth date. It's not about your name. Life with Bobby, did we skip you? I'm getting like a weird, like you're upset about something. As long as you're okay. Who's next? Hi, JP. Wrenches on deck. Welcome. I like your picture. It's so cute. Or like maybe birth name. I'm sorry. Who's next, honey? I asked you and talked over you again.
It's Life with Bobby.
Lara, I'm telling you, put the information out there. I'm going to use the Dragon Wisdom again. Yeah, I can kind of sense that, but you're among friends, honey. I'm telling you. And you have way more of a mission, I think, than you've realized yet. But your revelation is coming where it's going to hit you, the people in your life that don't belong, that you can get rid of to make space for others to come in. JP, let us know if you want a reading. No, Mio, I don't do that in here. I'm not going to say my opinion on it, but just keep shuffling. Every girl crazy about a short dressed man. So, really quick, guys, it's like 15 seconds. I want y'all to see this. So, you know how I always sing and stream? I did this for y'all. How you make me feel I sound? How I sound. That's how you guys make me feel like I sound and how I actually sound when I listen to it. Life with Bobby, it's hard to do that. I do feel, and I don't want you to take this personally, right? I had to do it. I had to because I was singing so much last week and everyone's like, sing this. And I was singing it and I know I sounded so horrible. I didn't even want to listen. Can I just tell you without offending you, Life with Bobby, I feel like you have, I don't want to say a lot, but you have some toxic people in your life that you may not realize are toxic. Or that you realize they're toxic, but it's kind of like you've been conditioned to just like, oh, that's just Bob. You know, that we don't accept that. We can't. And if it's someone you absolutely have to deal with, you have to relegate your emotions. You have to take the emotion out of it. And it takes a lot of training. And it's so painful. Sometimes you have to go into the bathroom and scream and cry into a towel so that you're not giving supply to the people who are trying to control your emotions. I feel like you do have some toxicity there that you're just not like, it's not that you're not seeing it, but it's just like you don't recognize it as something you need to do something about, right? Again, that's just how Bob acts. Well, no, we're not going to accept Bob behaving that way in our presence. And that's where you have to get without becoming emotional or whatever, you know? Right. Life with Bobby. And sometimes we do. But this is the universe wanting you to step out of that now. Before I even read this card, I see it. It's time now to admit it. And it's time now to confront it. And I don't mean in a confrontational way. I just mean telling Bob that if he continues to behave that way, you're no longer going to speak to him. And understanding that, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable and give you the ick probably to have to be in that moment. Once that moment's over, if he acts that way again, you cut him off. The universe brings in someone to replace him that's way better for you in a higher vibration. That's how it works. But you have to have the uncomfortable chat and enforce the boundary first. And I feel like you have to do that with more than one person. The card I pulled is dormant aspects. Well, actually, you pulled it. So let's see what we got. Life with Bobby, we all have important light-filled aspects of ourselves that lie dormant within us. Dude, this is exactly what we're talking about. Now is the time to awaken one of these. If you draw this card, the Violet Dragon wishes to help you awaken this particular part of you. So try to sense deep in your heart which aspect wants to awaken. Close your eyes and sense the part of you that stirs. Your inner financial advisor, perhaps, who wishes to bring you to a place of abundance, or your inner healer, your inner artist, inner child. Take a moment to sense what's in your heart. When you have recognized what's there, do the following exercise. That's why I don't use these cards. Visualize the violet dragon as it looks at you with its yellow eyes, which are shining sublimely. Stand before the dragon and ask it to transform everything that is preventing the dormant aspect within you from awakening. Say out loud in a firm voice, the sleeper has awakened. In your mind's eye, see how the statue opens its eyes and begins to move, melding with you completely. Sense your body and come back gently, sending golden light from bottom to top through your spine. I'm not going to go through all that. What I need you to do is, you don't have to really meditate, but you already understand what this is. You don't even need to do that exercise because you understand this is relegating your emotions and facing the toxicity. So there are people that sometimes we absolutely must deal with for the situation we're in that are toxic and no good for us. It's not so much about turning them off. It's about when we emotionally respond, when we give our emotional selves. And if you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, they will provoke you to become emotional. And that's when you become emotional. And then they say, look at how emotional you are. Meanwhile, they provoked you. That's what you're dealing with. You have to confront that. You can't keep bottling it up. You'll be a miserable human being. Life is meant to be lived to the full. And I'm no one to talk. But Ralph and Cassie, don't leave. We're getting through them. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Life with Bobby, I feel like it starts with a conversation. One conversation with one person about their behavior. And again, if it is uncomfortable, too bad. And I don't mean that meanly. That's what your team said. Because it's going to light a fire in you. That's going to make you feel like, I am not putting up with this poop anymore from anybody. And then slowly but surely, it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to always enforce the boundaries. You're going to falter. You're going to fail. But slowly but surely, you're still going to remain on that mission. And that's your path. Michigan UFO and Paranormal Encounters. Let me know if you want a reading. It's so good to see you. You're off for the summer. Who's next?
Mr. Ralph.
Ralph immediately went to Hekatean path. I do too. Life with Bobby, oh my God, I am terrified of confrontation. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes, if you guys want readings, let me know. Michelle, Wayne. Oh, absolutely, Mike. Sometimes we have to make others uncomfortable, okay? And I know it's like the last thing in the world you want to do, but I promise you, once you do it once, it's going to empower you. And it's not about being a bully or like going after people. It's just about standing up for yourself. All right, cool. Michelle wants a reading. This is Ralph and Cassie. And I'll tell you what, aside from men who have physically abused me and I fought back, I have not been in physical altercations with anyone. I'm a silver-tongued devil. I've been able to talk myself out of everything. Getting jumped in high school and being beat up when I was little, never. I always talked my way out of it. I know, but she never texted me. You know what? I don't have anything for my little guy to do during the summer right now. I'm trying to find something. So I'm off for a couple weeks if she wants to text me. I'm doing live streams, I'm doing interviews, and I'm doing some writing. But for the most part, I can't do like the longhand videos right now. So I do have extra time. All right, let me move through these. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just talking. Michelle, stick around, okay? We'll get you in. All right. Then life with Bobby, that's the person that you have to detach from. Even if you're forced to live with them, you can't go, like, you have to stop seeking validation from them. You have to look at them as the toxic person they are. You have to constantly remind yourself who they really are, even when they're being nice. All right. Ralph, you got card number 2, Palm Eater, Mother of All, the card of nurturing. Guys, I know I'm talking a lot, but please don't leave without readings. Ralph, Hecate guides us into this world, and she will one day guide us out of it. Now is the perfect time for respite, healing, and preparation for the next leg of your journey. Remove all pressures and complexities and return to a simpler way of living. However, if we act childishly or expect Hecate to fix all of our problems without being prepared to do the necessary work ourselves, we can expect to encounter her maternal disappointment and chastisement. So what the universe is saying here for you, Ralph, yeah, please do, Wayne, because I do have some extra time, particularly on Sundays. But again, I'm not doing as much work because I got my little guy. It's time for you to end some phase of your life, Ralph. So it's like, all I see is you like taking a deep breath. And yes, Lara, she is not number 2 to me, but I'd say my second in command as far as I'm concerned, because she's who I would go to for advice. Anyone who comes to me for advice, Lara's who I go to. So just so y'all know. Ralph, I'm sorry. So it's time. Like, I see you breathing. Like, here's what I see. I see like a long, hard road behind you. You're finally at the end of it. And you're like, the universe is saying, don't confuse this respite with being done. You have so much more to do, to gain, to learn, to lose, to live, right? Take a rest for like the next couple of weeks. But every time I see Mike say, behold, I giggle in my head. But don't become complacent. I do feel like there are things you can put to the side. Like they say, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. The universe is telling you, don't do today what you can put off till tomorrow. Give yourself a break. You don't have to be all things to all people all the time. But if something important comes up, obviously you want to handle that. Don't pull yourself so much out, Ralph, that you're not handling your responsibilities, right? This is a time of extra. So extra relaxation, but the relaxation should be bringing you more into focus of something that definitely needs to be handled. I don't want to say right away because you're taking this break, right? But it's like this break is what's going to mentally, emotionally, physically, psychically, spiritually prepare you for the next leg of the journey, which I feel like you know what it is. It's like something you really don't want to deal with. If you don't know, you will in the next week or two. And you're like putting it off. The universe is saying, all right, take a break, keep putting it off, but focus on it and move to it. I hope so. And remember, like, no decision is really wrong, because even if you end up doing something that you feel like you failed or you feel like you made the wrong decision, you're going to learn a lesson from it. And that's what we're here to do. You totally got this. You are so amazing and strong. You got this. Who's next?
Cindy Lee.
Mama Cindy. I'm going to use the wisdom of the House of Night. I wanted to use Halloween, but Spirit forces me, and it kind of annoys me. And I already know from Michelle, we're going to do Lantern. Complicated. Card number 11, great number. I would definitely look for 11 as a sign that I'm on the right path. Full moon out tonight. Guys, if you can, go watch some of the shorts I've been putting out. I really do appreciate it. They are what's bringing me in the most views. And believe it or not, with the tiny amount that I make on those shorts, I'm getting 10, 20,000 views. I do make money from it. So if y'all can go watch the 4 to 59-second shorts that I do, even if you watch them in the background, I appreciate it so much. It helps me so much. You guys have no idea, more so than watching the 40-minute videos. It really helps. I know, New England Dirt Roadie. I think of that card every time I see you, like see your name in here or like we're texting. I'm always trying to find out where that card came from. Cindy, my sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Drawing this symbol reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in the moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex, and only time will help you put all of the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring, and complications can make for deeper, more mature experiences. Don't try to figure this one out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious web. So, Mama Cindy, I do feel like there is obviously, I mean, all of us, we have something that's bothering us, but you have something specifically that you just don't know how to deal with, or you just don't want to deal with, right? You're like, I see you just like kind of throwing your hands up. The universe is saying you do have to deal with this. And no, it's not easy. But as I just said to Ralph, even if you feel like you failed or you lost, the lesson that you're learning here is the point, right? And life with Bobby, it's the same with you. The lesson that you're learning through this right now is the point, because it's what's going to bring you deeper into your spiritual alignment, to your path. If you can open yourself up, like you've closed yourself off to this situation and or this person, relationship, situationship, whatever it is, Cindy, and it's like the universe is saying, if you can open yourself up a little bit, you will receive the downloads. You will receive the necessary information to be able to get through this with as little trauma and drama as possible. If you continue to keep yourself closed off to it and not deal with it at all, it's just going to fester like freaking mold. And then it's going to be 10 times harder to get through, to get rid of, to deal with, to face. Unfortunately, this is like somebody else's problem. It's like somebody else caused this. Either they like knowingly did it or they don't care. And now you're left to pick up the pieces. And the universe is like, if you don't, who will? This is one of those times where you kind of have to buck up. And I don't like saying that because I feel like if it's someone else's problem, they should handle it. But unfortunately, it affects you in a way that you have to do something about this. Please stop closing yourself off. Turn around, face it, walk through it, get through it, learn the lessons, and you are going to be so much better and stronger for it. Then you're always going to stay stuck. And I don't want to see that. Who's next?
Andrew.
Nomeo, we're going to use the Halloween Oracle. So I wanted to do a show where I interview people, and I had such an amazing response. Unfortunately, because of my summer schedule, I'm not going to be able to do anything like that until September. But come September, October, I'm going to do, because I need to learn how to interview people. I think just professionally, it's like round myself out where I'm not always waiting for my turn to talk, like where I'm really listening and focusing on others. I think it'd be really good for me. It's something I need to learn. You are. And I can't wait. So everyone, a lot of you in here actually responded, and I thank you so much. I also want to do girl talk. I'm going to have like Lotus, Arisha, Miss Lara, any of the females that want to come on. Okay. I'm trying to get through these, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited to be here. All right, Nomeo, you got the black cat. This is like the luckiest card out of the 200 decks that I have. Fortune meets opportunity. Sleek and black and lantern-eyed, crosses your path with a kiss. Good luck and fortune sweep by with a kiss. In traditional folklore, cats were said to have one foot in this world and one in the next. They were the conduit between the underworld and this world and fortune and opportunity. In the times of the Inquisition, the Middle Ages, cats were hunted because they were said to be allies of evil entities such as devils and witches. Black cats, black being associated with the darker aspects of the supernatural, were especially singled out. Historians believe this unprecedented killing of cats in the name of eradicating evil led to an unchecked increase in the rat population, which was responsible for the alarmingly rapid spread of the bubonic plague and the death of millions of people. These days, in Germany, for example, a black cat passing one's path indicates impending misfortune, yet in ancient Britain, they were considered good luck and were even given to brides on their wedding day. In Japan, to this very day, they are considered very good luck and bringers of fortune. Girl talk, yes. Should the slinky black cat cross your path through this oracle, know that good luck and fortune will be meeting you promptly. Also know that your luck will be even quote-unquote luckier if you are prepared to take advantage of every special opportunity that comes your way. So Nomio, this is not a bad card. All right. This is, I mean, literally play the lottery, right? This is just telling you to like keep taking opportunities. This is not a time to slow down. Like some people were told to relax, take a break, take a breather. This is not that time for you. It's like for the next week or two, at least, you cannot lose. You can't miss. So why not take that opportunity? Why not play the lottery? Why not ask that person on a date? Why not? This is about taking chances and risks. Obviously, again, I say, and I shouldn't have to, but I will, not to your detriment. You don't want to put yourself in danger or purposely get yourself in trouble. But this is you taking chances and really making the most of every opportunity that comes your way, focusing so much on the good that you barely see the bad. Nomio, this is a really fortunate card and it only comes along every once in a while. So really take the reins, like know what you want and go out and get it because the universe will provide it immediately. Your manifesting abilities, your boss up and glow up energy are so big right now. You could have anything you want. Yes, it's going to take work. Yes, it'll take time, but the opportunities to spark the situation will come immediately. So be on the lookout for them. Yes, grab and reach out to every opportunity. Sweet baked potatoes. I wanted to tell my husband to pick up Chinese food, but he's already home. Who's next?
Michelle. Go ahead and do Michelle, and then we'll do Ryan.
All right. Michelle, we're doing Lantern for sure. I love Michelle. Wayne, you're awesome. But I gotta say, Michelle's my girl. I love how you two are in this together, and I just think it's my goals. Yeah, he's already home. By the time he gets the kiddo gets his shoes on and they leave, they'll be closed. I'll have him make me some grilled cheese and soup. Okay, that's too many cards. Spirit. One card, please, for Miss Michelle. Forgiveness. Hurt blocks our light. Card number 26. Michelle, the only forgiveness that we can receive is that which we experience for ourselves. In essence, to forgive another life or the world is as irrelevant as being forgiven by another life or the world. If we have not forgiven ourselves, we can neither receive forgiveness nor do we have it to give. Forgiveness is a word that often evokes in us a sense of defensiveness and possibly anger. Why should we be the ones to forgive when we were the ones who were wronged? When exploring the concept of forgiveness, the key lies in the word wrong and not in the doing or the doer of the wrong. Every happening is neutral in and of itself and is indifferent as nature. as indifferent as nature. It is us who bring such notions of wrong, rights, good, and bad to stimuli. For the wrong not to continue to be a reality that lives harmfully in our minds, body, emotions, and spirit, the physical effects of it need to be thoroughly released. Ideally, we release our distress like the wild animals that instantly rid themselves of whatever disturbances they experience by energetically purging it in a physically cathartic act before moving on. Once we release what is unforgiven from within ourselves, it ceases to have a negative charge and therefore ceases to live on in us as toxic energy that detrimentally impacts and overshadows who we are, our health, and the rest of our life story. This is why the only forgiveness that matters is ours. We deactivate the negativity within and change what we are energetically matched to in our external reality. Releasing the unforgiveness, Michelle, frees us into a higher vibrancy and creates a shift in our possibilities. This is why to forgive is all about ourselves and not about anyone or anything else. To be clear, this does not mean that we have to forget or deny another's or our own past actions. Instead, we just release the negative charge and remembering from our body, emotions, and psyche. The beginning of everything true and the end of everything false starts the moment we forgive ourselves for having forgotten that we are not our bodies, our behavior, our memories, or the stories that we live, nor are we in any way how we have ever been mistreated or disrespected or wrong. We are not the wrongs done to us or that we may have done to others, nor are we made broken, defective, or lesser from them. There's nothing to be fixed or added to. You are, however, always required to release anything that is unforgiven within you so that the loving white light that you are can transparently shine in all of its brilliance. Forgiveness is your way home, Michelle. You are the only light that you need. Feel your way home to spirit self by replacing all the hurts with the shining white light of pure self-love that you are. When we forget that loving light that we are susceptible to believing in what we are not. Any external hurts that show up are means through which to recognize what still needs releasing. The white light of love releases you from the pain and suffering of believing in what is not you. There's some deep hurt here. Okay, this is some deep poop. Nomio, oh my God, you're making me hungry. That is like one of my favorite things, minus the cheese, but the cheese would be good too. All right, Michelle, there's something obviously like you've been hurt, I feel like over and over again by a person or several people. This is past hurt. I don't know if they're still actively doing like hurting you, but you've been harmed. And I do feel like it's childhood trauma. Even if it continued into adulthood, it started in childhood. There's someone here, or maybe a couple people, a few people, that you have not yet forgiven. And I don't think you've purposely withheld forgiveness. I feel like you just aren't thinking about it, right? The person probably, I don't feel like the person is really actively in your life anymore. They could even be deceased. But it's like you haven't thought about it. But the reason you're feeling a lot of the anxiety and pressure and stress that you're feeling that feels like it's coming out of nowhere. I always freak Michelle out. Is actually because the moments here where you have to face what was done to you and understand that the only way you're going to heal is to forgive. Forgiveness never, girl, equals reconciliation. Forgiveness is for you. The other person doesn't even need to know that you've given it. Thank you. Thank you for the validation. This is a really strong card. I knew to use this deck because this is a strong deck. And Michelle, you need to hear this. You have to release the hurts of the past, particularly from these two people. And I do believe it's possibly, it's parent energy. So it could be someone who was a parent, like a parent. I do feel like they're not here anymore. I do know a little bit of your story, but I'm not going to put it out there. There's forgiveness that needs to be given. If the people have passed on, just give it to them. Just say it out loud or keep it to yourself, but you have to feel it. You have to forgive. You have to understand that they were human and they made mistakes. Even if they were purposeful mistakes, it has no bearing on who you are, right? They did that because they were either sick or they didn't know what they were doing or they were just a bad person. Like whatever it is, you didn't do anything. Even if they made you feel like you did, you didn't. Crying is good though, because you're releasing that emotion. You're connecting with that pain. The sudden stress you've been feeling lately, you could possibly be having some anxiety. Maybe if they're not extreme anxiety attacks, but you're feeling out of character and out of sorts. I just feel very racy. Like, this is because you haven't forgiven. Once you forgive and turn from this, literally from your heart, and just, you know what I do? What I did with some childhood trauma I was having trouble coming to terms with, I wrote it all out. It took me 2 days. I wrote it all out. I went outside and I burnt it and let the ashes blow into the wind. I released it. I didn't give that person the benefit of that person's past. Died of a brain aneurysm at 32. I didn't give him the satisfaction of saying it out loud, but I burnt it. And I've moved on from what he's done. The terror, the torture, the torment. I feel like you need to do, you absolutely have to come to terms with the fact that you're only responsible for you, for your reactions and your responses. How someone reacts and responds to something you say or do has nothing to do with you. That's a hard lesson to learn. It took me 37 years. Michelle, you're a good person. You're a beautiful person, and you don't go out of your way to hurt anybody. You're a teacher. You're a helper. You're a light being. So I want you to try to think of how in the world you could be responsible for this behavior. Did you provoke it in any way? And even if you did, when someone's provoked, how they respond and react is up to them. It is never on you. Your spirit team is begging you to release this. And honestly, I feel like the way I did it might be a good way for you to get this out. You have to start working on your self-confidence. And that's not a judgment. I have to too. I hate that I'm bald. I hate that I'm old. I hate that I have wrinkles. But this is a different kind of confidence. This is you understanding that your power lies within you, your actions, your words, your reactions and responses. Has nothing to do outside. If Wayne were to come into the room and he had a bad day, and I know Wayne, you would never do this. I'm just using it as an example. If he were to come into the room, just start screaming at you and calling you all kinds of names because he had a bad day, that's not you didn't do anything. He's got a problem. Dude's got issues. And Wayne, again, I know you never do that, but I'm just using that as an example. You would look at him like, what is wrong with you? I was just laying here. That's how you have to look at everyone who behaves that way. All right. I really want you to do this, Michelle. It's the first step to a major breakthrough and awakening for you. Okay. And you can do it. Shoot me a text. Okay. I'm just saying, and I can't even picture you doing that, but I didn't know how else to put it. Just so everyone knows, Wayne does not treat Michelle that way. Just a silly Gemma example. What? Ooh, what you cooking? Who's next? Thank you.
Ryan.
You guys are too sweet. All right, let's see. What are we going to do for Ryan? I'm going to use the Oracle of the Universe. Haven't used that one yet tonight. Oh, you know what, though? She had to hear it. And if she's crying, that's actually good because that's a release. That's a start of the acknowledgement. And when people come in here, I got to tell you, to get readings for like the first time, you can ask Steven, they always cry. And the reason they cry is because their team is connecting with them through me. It sounds crazy because it's just over the internet, but I don't know how it works with the semantics, okay? They're connecting for the first time, probably in a long time, with their higher selves and with the beings that are there to protect them and nurture them. She's disconnected. Now she's connected to that energy, and it's overwhelming. Yes, Ryan, thank you. Let's see what we got. No, I don't know much at all. But I see what I see, but I don't put personal specifics out there unless I have the person's permission. So I did see a lot that I didn't like. Like I said, if she texts me, we can definitely talk about it. I feel like the universe wants to give her an awakening, wants her to go through one, but she has to open up to the idea of it. We can help that. All right. Ryan, you got the Bright Star Canopus, and it is the card of guidance. Man, these cards are on point tonight. Spirit on point, spirit on point. I'm so hungry. My husband makes a really good grilled cheese, though, so hopefully he'll make me some. All right. Ryan, Canopus, guidance. Take wise counsel from people you trust and only people you trust. Accept assistance when you need it, only from people you trust. We cannot know everything, so look for a genuine subject matter expert. Use both your mind and intuition to make your decisions. Seek and you shall find. Canopus is the brightest star in the Carina constellation with an apparent magnitude of negative 0.74. It is the second brightest star in the sky after Sirius, which is the dog star. Canopus, or Alpha Caninae, is considered a class F giant on the main sequence of stars and is very rare. F-class giant indicates it has a mass close to that of the sun. Canopus was the brightest star of the ancient Greek constellation Argo Navis, which represented the ship, the Argo, on which Jason and the Argonauts sailed on their mission to get the Golden Fleece. The constellation was eventually split into three smaller ones in more modern times: Cariba, Puppis, and Vela, representing the keel, stern, and sails of the ship. The Carina represents the main body of Argo Navis, and Canopus rests on the blade of one of the steering oars of the boat. The ship itself was magical, created under the watchful eye of the goddess Athena. The ship was built by its inventive creator Argus, considered the best shipbuilder in Greece, but designed by Athena. She ordered it to have wood from the sacred grove in Mount Pelion, and the mast to be made from a sacred oak from Zeus's ancient sacred oracle at Dodona. The oak beam was able to speak and give guidance to the men and Jason because it came from the oracles of Zeus. Words of power. I welcome wise guidance. I am divinely guided. This is about trusting your instinct above all else. This is tricky because I feel, Ryan, like you're getting advice and guidance on something very important from someone, and that's great. You went to this person and asked, I believe, more than likely. That's what I'm seeing. Someone else is trying to get involved here. And I always see this background person in your life. They're trying to give you advice, and they do mean it. Like, they do think it's good advice. It's well-meaning and well-intentioned, but I feel like you know deep down inside that it's not right for you. Ryan, you're allowed to not take advice, right? It may be uncomfortable, like I said to Life with Bobby and a couple other people, like, but that uncomfortable moment of you saying, you know what, I think I'm actually going to do it this way. So what if they get mad? If they get mad, then that's on, like I was just saying to Michelle, that's on them. Don't let someone steer you the wrong way simply because you don't want to feel like you're being rude, right? Don't let civility stop you from making the right decision for you. Ryan, the time is coming. It's rapidly approaching. Wayne, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. You guys are the best. The time is rapidly approaching, Ryan, for you to make a decision about something. And it's something serious and important. And I feel like there's something here you're trying to win or gain. You will, as long as you're not worried about not taking, even if it's well-intentioned, well-meaning advice. You don't have to be, you can be polite about it. I just feel like someone is trying to tell you to like go left, and you know you need to go right, but you don't want to say that because you don't want to upset the person. Mind over matter. Those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. Nobody should be being mad or upset or angry or feeling any type of way towards you because you don't take their advice and you want to go your own separate direction. If they do, maybe you should reconsider the role they're playing in your life. You know exactly what your next moves are. You're like 10 steps ahead. Don't let anyone come in and confuse you with nonsense. You're in your power, Ryan. Stay there. Make your own decisions. Oh, okay. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to write that down right now, sir. Happy birthday, by the way. What are we in? Are we still in? Oh, we're right on the cusp. You are a Cancer. I don't usually go in live streams, but I'm going to make that one, at least for a few minutes. And I'll share it out as well. I share you guys out whenever I see that you're live, because I feel like you should have way more of a following than you do. I feel like more people need to know about you guys. Oh, Raymond, thank you so much. Yes, guys, the shorts, they help so much. That little minute, if you watch 10 of them, 10 minutes of your life makes the biggest difference. You tried your best, boy, and failed miserably. The lesson is never try. No. Who's next?
Tony.
Not slap. You'd find them so funny, though, if you did. You can just watch mine. You don't have to flip through everyone else's. Tony has done it again. It feels good. Let's do the vampire. We haven't pulled that yet today. Do or do not. There is no try. Yes. If you're not first, you're last. What do you mean? You could be second. You could be 15th. I would have to say that is my favorite movie. My favorite non-horror movie. Wayne, you're finally going to be old enough to drink. Oh my gosh. Are you going to the bar for your 21st? I'll be 42. Bro, my sister didn't even know how old she was the other day. She had to ask my mom. She's like, 45? How did that happen? Oh my gosh. I don't either. So I'm with you there. All right, Tony. I'm glad you're well, Tony. I had no idea you were sick. We thought you kind of just faded off like a lot of people tend to do. We should timestamp Edna if there's time as well. Okay, so Tony, you got the card of discipline, training, consistency, and practice. You want something to be easier than it has to be in order for you to value it. You want something to happen faster than it can for your own growth and stability. You are, in short, much like most humans we see. Tony, you're lacking discipline at this moment. There are times when we feel that in order to achieve something or to reach a goal, we need only meditate upon it, visualize it as being real, and it will therefore come to us through the process you have come to call the law of attraction. There is another law, though, the law of contribution and hard work and tenacity. It has no pretty name, it offers no quick fix, but it is real, and its results are lasting and true. And this is the lesson with you at present. Tony, there need be no stress, resentment, or devaluation of what you will achieve simply because it did not arrive through effortless circumstances. The goal you have in mind is yours when you steel yourself to the hard work ahead. It will not be work that is wanted. It will require doing things that you may feel are unpleasant. But this is only because you modern humans are being trained out of your ability to take on great tasks. There is a desire within your culture at all times to experience happiness and comfort. It has happiness and comfort. It has created generations of people who are physically unwell, mentally lazy, and spiritually apathetic. The discipline that is being required of you will result in a great breakthrough. You know that a major part of your life requires a change, and the brutal truth, which we give you here, is that this will be very hard. You must not wait for motivation. You must not wait for desire. You must commit and build the discipline to carry through this plan that will see so many blessings able to enter your life. So I have 5.5 years off of everything completely today. Today I hit my half year. I thought it was last month, but my clean date is in December. Therefore, June is my half year. 5.5, baby. Tony, you have the ability to create a program of change and stick to it. And after a period of time, it will transform from painful to pleasurable. The freedom and strength that affords you far outweigh the pain you experienced in the short term. Self-doubt could compromise the potential you now have. Do not allow this. This challenge you face will go beyond what is easy and pleasant to do, and yet it will bring you all that you wish for and the strength of character you sometimes have doubted you have. In working with this card, it's time to lay a plan down, to create structure, and to stick to commitments. You must clear doubt, and into the space its absence creates poor action. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I take no credit. My kids get all the credit. You guys get the credit for keeping me focused, calm, and aware, and doing what I love. You guys make that possible by showing up. Tony, this is a pretty simple message, but it's not going to be easy. This is the universe telling you that there's something here that you know needs to change. Either you need a new job, you need to break up with someone, you've been in a long-term relationship, you need to stop talking to someone. There's something here that I don't know if you're just getting the inkling of it or if you absolutely know. But I was telling someone earlier, it's kind of just easy for you to go with the flow and not confront this, right? For example, say you're in a toxic romantic relationship, you're living together. and you know you'd have to move out if you broke up with this person, and like to have to find a place, get a deposit, move the stuff, blah blah. It'd be so much easier to just sit in your uncomfortability, which you've become very comfortable in, and stay waiting for some moment to happen where you're finally able to get out. That's the type of energy here, going for a new job. I feel like the job that you're going to end up with could, if you take the right opportunities and really like push yourself, is going to be so much better than what you're imagining. Like you're going for like level 1 and you're going to end up level 5 because of your tenacity, your ability to read people, to put the work and effort in without complaint, without any doubt in yourself. This card is telling you that you are going to receive an opportunity within the next, I would say 2 weeks to a month, but I think it's closer to 2 weeks, that it's going to be like, oh man, like I want this, but I don't want to have to go through all this. If you take that risk, take that chance and go through all this, you are going to end up on the other side of this so much happier, so much more fulfilled. It's like an awakening experience that so many of us are going through. So please take those chances. Take the chance. The risk is coming in. You can ignore it, but you're going to stay stuck, still stagnant in something that's said, done, over with for a long time if you do. Take the risk, take the chance, put yourself out there. You are worth it. You are going to get the job you're looking for. All you have to do is take the chance. Who's next?
New England.
I'm going to use Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Quality assurance. That actually sounds interesting. Quality assurance. Stands behind ghosty and lights thunder. Tony, you're absolutely welcome. It's not me. It's your team. These are the entities that know you the best. This is Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And they're telling you to go for it. So they know every single thing about you. Okay. And they're telling you to go for it. So that means you need to go for it. Good night, Mark. Thank you so much for coming in. Rest well. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you guys next week. There will not be more than likely a video Monday. I may have to change the schedule just for the summer and put the video or videos out on Thursdays, but I'll let you guys know because I'll have to film them on Sunday. But this week there probably won't be one. And then I will get my schedule, figured out. So please just bear with me. Okay. You got, I don't know what that symbol is. Let me just look. I know it's Gemini, but let me see. What is that? Mercury? No. Mars? No. Jupiter in Gemini. Netter. It's the card of bluff. The basic drive for Jupiter Geminians is improving life will always be to keep the mind active and informed. People with this combination have an intellectual curiosity that leads to continuing mental development at all stages of life. Often, they wish to be seen to know everything, and with their quick wit can extract enough information to bluff their way through any situation. My Jupiter's in Sagittarius. Gemini people, Jupiter and Gemini people often achieve great knowledge and mental achievements without formal education, and this planet sign combination can indicate the talented self-taught intellectual. Such people boost their experiences with travel and social relationships, which contribute to their mental expansion. Travel is beneficial for Jupiter Geminians, enriching the mind as well as relaxing the natural tension that accompanies their mental restlessness. Some form of meditation is of benefit when these hyperactive heads get dizzy. Contacts with close relatives are likely to be convivial for Jupiter Geminians. The people this card describes are good analysts of current thought and perceptive social and political commentators. In a reading, Netter, this card indicates a need to throw oneself into an unfamiliar situation or challenge and use one's wits to bluff through the first stage. Fake it so you make it, baby. This is not a dishonest approach. This is not as dishonest an approach as it sounds. A brain surgeon has to make the first operation as confidently as if it were his 50th. A situation in which one has to impress others with knowledge, discussions about business or legal affairs, a lecture or talk to a group or society. So Netter, yeah, I feel like, again, this is putting yourself out there. You definitely are going to find yourself in a situation where you don't really know what to do next. Your instinct and intuition is a little bit off in the next week or two because your mind is reeling and racing. You're cut it out. Your mind is reeling and racing. You're trying to figure so many different things out. You're stressed, right? But I feel like you're going to zone in on some opportunity of something, and you're going to be able to bluff your way through either, into, I don't know what this could possibly be, but this is definitely fake it till you make it, maybe wearing a little bit of a mask just to get through. This could be as simple as pretending to be more confident than you are. Now, I don't want to bring this up. Me too, Netter, me too. I thought this was my card. That's why I looked. But you need to leave where you are. I hate saying this because I know that it's very hard to move across the country, but you're not where you belong physically. And I've seen this so many times. I know dude, I'm not judging. I'm not good at bluffing either, but there's some situation that's coming in where it's like bluff or lose a really great opportunity. It could be over the internet. It doesn't necessarily have to be in person. I just feel like you're trying to either connect with someone or with something. And for some reason, I feel like the added stress of everything you're going through is going to make it so you do feel like you're bluffing your way through. But in actuality, I mean, you know enough to bluff your way through. I'm sorry, but you have to move. I mean, and I know you're not gonna because you can't right now, but you're just not where you're supposed to be. And that's a lot of the reason why nothing seems to be working out. Nothing seems to be working out for you because you're not, I've never seen this before. I've never told anyone else that they don't belong in the state or the place where they're living. But with you, I constantly see it. There is an opportunity afoot for you to have some fun. I don't feel like this is anything major important, but I do see that it's an opportunity for you to put yourself out there and do something that you want to do, even if it's recreational. Just bluff your way through it, fake it till you make it, have a good time. The point of this card for you is to have a good time and to continue considering coming back east. And I'm not just saying that because you're my friend and I want you closer. This has been something I've been telling you for a year now, if not longer. You are not physically where you're supposed to be. Who's next?
Nut slap, then this.
What about Mike J?
He passed.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. I should have known you know what you're doing. I don't know why I asked. Eris, yes, of course. We just need the friend's name. And I know this is not popular right now, but I'm old. Gender, because it helps me connect better. Male, female, Lorax, whatever. Next up, let's see. Yeah. I'm going to use the Shaman's Dream. Dude, do you know how many people promise me that if they ever win the Mega Millions, they're going to give me some? So many people. I pray every night for all of y'all to just win. Because I believe you guys would help me. I got to get a contract. That's the problem. I just need a ghostwriting contract. With no strings attached. Just, you pay me and I write for you. That's it. I don't want to make friends. I'm not trying to be mean, but that never works out for me, Pass speaker. Oh, that's okay. I don't need to know why, honey. You have the right to pass, obviously. I love that you're in here without wanting a reading, just chilling. That's so cool too. Yeah, Tony, that's absolutely right. And New England, I'm not picking on you. I love you to pieces. We talk personally a lot, and we used to have some really deep conversations. I care for you as a friend. And when I see that, it blows my mind because I've never seen that before. Yeah, Lara, I had to squeeze that in there. All right, Vlad mailed. So this is Nut Slap, and then we'll move on to Vlad. Sky Dancers. It's the card of surrender. Card number 48. Liberation from attachment and surrender. When a sky dancer appears, she is inviting you to welcome the deepest power of the feminine into your life. You have already overanalyzed your situation to exhaustion. Netslap, now is the time to invite the sacred feminine, the wisdom within your heart, no matter what gender you are, to guide you to success. If you have become earthbound, plotting and planning and praying for change, cease and desist. Break the habit of being yourself, of repeating the same behaviors and hoping for a different outcome. Stop trying to figure it all out and stop overthinking it. Just surrender. The sky dancers are heralding the arrival of a new relationship with yourself, in your work, or in your love life. Do not assume that this person or opportunity will rescue or quote unquote save you. Netslap, the only way to liberation is to kiss the ground goodbye and take flight, to rise above the fray and the drama of the struggling, arguing mind. Dance in the sky and view the madness below by simply witnessing the actors in the human comedy unfolding on the ground. You are transforming it. As you observe the drama, you unleash the power of the sacred feminine that allows for resolution. The sky dancers know the maps of heaven and the way to be the holiest and most sacred spaces on earth. They come to help you with your current life and, even more important, to guide you to the realization of your own divinity. You are, it's like you're in this routine, you're in this pattern, and you're very unhappy. If you're not unhappy, like as a whole, there's certain things that you're very unhappy with that you feel like just aren't changing. I feel like you have it in your head, like how things should happen to make this change. Like, okay, things aren't okay right now, but eventually I'm going to get an offer for this and this, or eventually I'm going to try this and this. Eventually it needs to go out the window. Eventually is poop. Now is the time. If you're waiting for the right moment, now is the right moment. There's never going to be the perfect time to do something. If you want to change something in your life, which you do desperately, I feel like there's few things here, many things. You have to take the actions needed in order to change it. You're another one. I don't see it as big as I see it with Netter, but Netslap, you're another one that I see in the wrong place. Like you're not where you're supposed to be. And I feel like that's because you're so comfortable in this uncomfortable situation. It's kind of like I said, I think to Life with Bobby, it's just like, oh, well, this is just how it is. But it's only like this for now. Yeah, it's like this until you do something to change it. And you're being called to do that now. Take risks, take chances. It's the same theme throughout the night. Vlad, I'm going to use... Let's do Moonology. Whoa. Mike J, tell me about it. I used to walk into places and people would stop what they were doing and cheer. Like for karaoke. Now I'm just a suburban soccer mom. All right, Vlad, I hope you're listening. New moon in Virgo, trust will be well. New moon is always beginnings, guys. Vlad, sometimes we want everything to happen yesterday, but divine timing is a real thing. Sometimes we need more pieces of a jigsaw to fall into place before we can get what we want. Slowing down now is the key for you to get what you want. So take your time and allow events to unfold. See what you can do for others as a really quick and easy way, both to distract yourself and to boost your good karma while you wait for your dreams to manifest. There's a reason why you pulled this card, so make sure you pay attention. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to jobs or health situations. Go out of your way to help someone. Helping boosts karma. Be reliable. Don't overthink things and be modest. The card that fell out when I was shuffling was be humble. So be modest, be humble. Your manifestation affirmation for the next 2 weeks. I help others and others help me. I feel like putting yourself out there and like helping someone. So I feel like this is going to be like a random opportunity, right? New moon in Virgo. That's perfect that you're a Virgo, because that means that this is time for a new beginning, a new cycle to start. Put yourself out there more and do things like hold doors for strangers, carry shopping bags for little old ladies, all of the things. I feel like the more positive energy and help and happiness and positivity, smiling at a stranger, that you put out there, the more the universe is going to understand what it is you want, the energy, the level you're vibrating at, and then going to bounce it back to you. Like I said to Nutslap, sitting around and waiting for something to happen, you're going to be sitting around forever. I feel like, I don't know how to really put this. I feel like you feel you're above certain things sometimes. And the universe is saying, just kind of like settle in and get to know your environment. Take a long walk, or like stop rushing. I do feel like you're rushing. Like you're very like micromanaging and very like, there's things to be done. We need to do them. And if you're not like that, you will be in the next couple of weeks. That's the energy coming into you. Like, and the universe is saying, stop, relax, get to know the person you're talking to. Like if you're a boss, get to know some of your employees. If you're an employer, get to know some of your coworkers. Like, I feel like there's something that's like blocking you from getting to know the people around you, and the people around you are going to be the source of this new beginning, of this opportunity and experience. I have something else I want to say. I keep hearing, don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. So there's something really good that's about to happen here. And the universe is saying, definitely be modest, be humble about it, and make sure that whatever blessings you receive, you're giving back. You're putting back out in some way back into the universe. Because I feel like if you're just collecting blessing, opportunity, and you're not helping anybody along the way, the universe is going to take some of those blessings back, and you're going to be poop screwed. Who's next?
You on timestamps now.
We got Darling, Blue Crossroads, Anna, and Heather, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's do Blue Crossroads first. I'll do Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Guys, don't forget, I'm figuring my summer schedule out, so there will not be uploads on Monday. You're so welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always being here. Nutslap, if that's the case, there's an opportunity you're not seeing. Tuesday afternoons for a little while, at least for a few weeks, is going to be just Ghost Dragons and Ryan, which is great. You guys totally, Mike, you guys totally love them together. I know that. Miss Lara hopefully will be back this week, but if she can't, we have to give her space and our time and keep praying. And I will get some long form videos out soon. I want to talk about our purpose, our contracts. I have so much spiritual stuff I want to give to the members. If you're not a member, you'll still have that 24 to 36 hours to see any videos I put out. But I'm just figuring my schedule out. So be patient with me. Watch the shorts. They help me so much, guys. All right, Blue Crossroads. Anubis, the card of respect, card number 25, Dark. Your crystal companion is one of my absolute favorite is gemstones blue, and it's smoky quartz. And your plant companion is frankincense, which is really easy to find in an incense. All right, Anubis, take special care and pay attention to detail right now in all areas and aspects of your life. Chris, respect yourself and others. Take time to guide someone who needs it. You may not like someone, but you can respect their humanity. Offer compassion and respect to the dead. The Egyptian gods can appear a fearsome bunch. To our eyes, perhaps Anubis with his jackal head looks fearsome, but this is not the truth. While yes, actual jackals do move among the graveyards and clear the bodies of the dead from the desert sands, this jackal god takes great care of the tender new souls who have passed into the afterlife. When you travel down into the womb-like environment of many tombs in ancient Egypt, the gods seem to live and breathe in the artful storytelling upon the earthen walls. Among them always is the dark, majestic jackal head, signifying the presence of Anubis, god of the underworld and mummification. After preparing the bodies by guiding the embalmer's hands, Anubis travels side by side with the dead to have their souls weighed against Mat, a goddess representing truth and justice, as recorded in the Book of the Dead. Death is something that will happen to all of us sooner or later. The fear of losing our life or death itself is something very human, yet Anubis, with his calm and respectful presence, may be there to shepherd our soul across the divide. To honor him, we can offer the usual stones, frankincense and gold. However, leaving a respectful gift on a stranger's grave may be a better way to show the heart of the god himself. Plant companion frankincense, crystal companion smoky quartz. You guys are a silly bunch, but I absolutely love it. So Blue Crossroads, yeah, this is just talking about, staying on course, not being distracted, I know like you're resting, you're coming to terms with a lot of things, you're growing and changing, and you're spiritually aligning. You're opening up more because you're more relaxed. You're focused, but you're not like hyper focused. This is just telling you like you're doing the right thing. I do feel like there's some conflict somewhere where like you're just really not liking something someone's doing, and the universe is saying there's nothing you can really do about that. You have to understand we're all spiritual beings having human experiences. Some of us don't have guides. That's when you have to start to feel bad for people who are toxic, abusive, narcissistic, because they don't have the guidance that we have. And we have to, if we can think of them in that way, that they're like sick, they're not spiritually lit up, it's easier to not want to go against whatever they're doing and kind of let nature take its course. Blue Crossroads, I feel like this is just saying relax, rest, honor your ancestors. And I feel like you are honoring them by doing the things that you're doing and being an honorable, respectful person. This is, you're on the right course. Don't let anything distract you. Don't let anything or anyone provoke you. The relaxation I feel in your reading, I'm just so chill right now. The universe saying like, you deserve this. You worked for this. This is your time to figure things out for the best for you and only you right now. It'll be time to bring other people in, but right now this is figuring out for yourself. Darling Deb, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Universe. Constellation Libra, the card of balance. My Deb girl's a Leo, but this is the energy coming in. It's card number 7. Nature seeks balance, and so should you. Avoid extremes. Moderation is key in this situation. Stop burning the candle at both ends. Work smarter, not harder. Weigh up all the possibilities before making a decision. Make sure you are seeing both sides of the situation. Imbalance without check leads to chaos, poor choices, lack of boundaries, anger, and confusion. The scales of Libra float alongside Virgo and Scorpio, being closest to the former. In the stories of the Greeks, the most common was that the scales were those of justice and belonged to the goddess Astraea, who we can see is Virgo. Astraea is the goddess of justice who ascended to the heavens when she could no longer be amongst humans who increasingly treated themselves, each other, and their lands with disrespect. However, there are another 2 interesting possibilities. The first is that the scales represent balance. No, the first is that the scales represent the goddess Dike, who was a goddess of balance. The second is that the scales may be the scales of fate owned by the goddess Tyche. Tyche was the deity of good fortune. Her scales were used as a balance so that there was not too much good fortune given to any one person. Currently, moderation seems as unfashionable as I'm having trouble. Currently, moderation seems such an unfashionable word. The ancient Greeks spoke a lot about the positives of moderation and finding a healthy balance in all things. They spoke of finding moderation of diet and activity and thought. In fact, the idea of pushing too far to extremes was considered only harmonious in times of emergency or crisis. The constellation is situated in the southern sky and contains 3 stars with known planets. It has a meteor shower called the May Librids and contains the Methuselah star, one of the oldest known stars. Deb, you have to calm down. I went from calm. Is anyone even still in here? I went to calm here to like, boo, I gotta go. you are focusing on too much and not enough on yourself. You're putting too much energy into like someone else, a situation. And I get that you want to help, you want to do everything you can, but again, it's not reciprocal. The person and or people you are helping and doing all of this for and expending so much energy and strength and effort, they're not giving any of it back. They're just taking. So what are you doing? You're draining yourself. Deb, you have to slow down. Make a list if you have to of the 3 most important things you have to get done that involve you. What do you need to do for you? What would make you happy? What would make you feel more balanced? You are giving everything you have to a person, to people, to a situation, relationship, something, and it's not being reciprocated. And as long as that's happening, you are going to drain yourself. You are becoming less spiritually in touch and aligned. You could possibly lose soul pieces, which is really horrible. You could end up sick in the hospital. You have to get a grip. You have to get a handle on how much you're giving out and how much you're receiving. And if it's not reciprocal in any way, shape, or form, you have to move on from it. This doesn't mean like if this is your husband that you have to leave him. It just means you have to detach and do some things for Deb. In the next week or 2, you have to do things only for you and for people who are reciprocating. And as for those other people, explain to them that you feel unappreciated, taken for granted. If they do something about it, they belong in your life. If they don't, it's time to start making some tough decisions. Heather, I'm going to use Fairy Forest. I wanted to buy it. It's on my Amazon wish list, I think. I was so interested in it, but it's a lot of money. Even on, I think, Kindle, and they don't have it on Audible. I got you. All right, Miss Heather. I need a new deck. I haven't had one in so long. The Wild Hunt, Excitement, Frenzy, Journey, card number 9. Heather, there is for all of us a moment when excitement and nerves fuse, when we prepare to journey and do something we have anticipated for a very long time. In the fairy realm, the sensation is created by the adventure known as the Wild Hunt. This is a gathering which takes place not only within the realm of fairy, it is one where the fairy king and queen lead fairy hounds and fairy horses on a hunt throughout the countryside, dipping into and out of the fairy lands, surfacing in the human worlds from time to time, cleansing toxic energy, allowing natural forces to begin to flow through the cleared energy paths, awakening the wild world to brightest life once again, and leaving a trail of ecstasy and bliss after the frenzied storm of their ride. The Wild Hunt is fierce, powerful, and a little bit frightening, and thoroughly thrilling. I can't read. I'm getting there, guys. And this fairy queen is preparing herself for the joys and challenges of this great springtime event. So too you need to prepare yourself for some chaos, a wild time when change tears through and upends all the order you have attached yourself to. You may need to pack, travel, find ways to move quickly, stop planning and organizing for a minute, and just go on an immensely enjoyable ride of your life. The time coming for you is delirious in its excitement, and you fear this loss of control and order, but truly it will refresh you just as it sears the very edges of your nerves. Dress up, show up, and prepare to be amazed. Take a deep breath, find your voice, and begin to cry out at the top of your lungs. You are alive, my friend, and will feel so much more than ever before when the Wild Hunt touches your life. Heather, this is all about, like, what are you going to do here? I do feel chaos storming in, but I feel like you are throwing caution to the wind. In the next couple of months, I'd say in the next week or 2, it starts, but like in the next couple of months, you're going to be going through a transformation, a transition, like so many people I read for tonight in this chat. The problem is, or not really the problem, but the thing is, your transformation is going to start with all of the chaos that's already going on, totally upending everything. I feel like you're going to find something out, or you're finally going to come to a decision of like, what's best for you. And I do see you walking away from something or someone, even if you're not physically like leaving a job or leaving a home, you are emotionally gone. And I feel like this is going to be very exhilarating for you. And you're going to want to get out there and maybe go on a girls' night or, you know, go on a trip or a vacation. I know this may sound a little silly, but if you get to the point where you make the decision good that you are going to do for you, because you're tired of doing for people who don't appreciate it, who don't give back, there's no reciprocity in the relationship, you may go a little wild. It's been a while since you had been able to do those things, since you felt like you had the right to do those things, to, go on a girls' trip or go out for some drinks and karaoke or take yourself to dinner. You want to do nice things for you. That is coming in, because I feel like there's a person or people that you are giving so much to that you're not getting anything back. And it may not even last. Unfortunately, I could see you going back into this situation. But for a little while, I see you just letting go and doing you. And that is exactly what the universe wants and expects you to do. You cannot stay tamed and tied and shackled to this relationship, this situation, person, people, job, whatever it is. It's not acceptable. You have to pull yourself up and do for you, even if it's only for a little while. Let everyone see the chaos when you stop controlling and handling everything. When you finally take your energy back and your power back and stop putting it into all of this other stuff, and people are like, whoa, what happened here? And it's like, well, Heather finally decided that she wasn't a whipping girl or a maid or a slave or a babysitter or a nanny, like whatever. I think you're going to have fun. Sounds scary. Probably sounds like, yeah, right, Gemma, that's never going to happen. But I'm telling you, the energy is coming in. You're going to find out something that's going to make you just not want to deal with anything anymore. And you're going to go crazy, but in a good way. Like, you're just going to do you. Not in a dangerous way, not hurting anyone, not cheating on anybody, but just like, you know what? I like doing this. I'm going to go do it. Sorry if you don't like it. And now I'm using Dell and wait. And then, guys, I am out. I've got to eat, use the bathroom, get my son to bed, blah, blah, blah. Thank you guys so much for being here, by the way. I still see 12 people in chat, so that's pretty awesome. All right, Aunt Edna. Bluebeard's wife. This is the first card I ever pulled from this deck, and I pulled it for myself. Card number 8. I'll never forget this card. Oh, nice. Thank you, Wayne and Michelle. Aunt Edna, I married this wealthy and powerful man without knowing the nightmare I would endure. There was this room in the castle he had forbidden me to step into, but one day I opened the door with the golden key and found out the bloody murdered corpses of my husband's former wives. He threatened me badly for my behavior. Fortunately, my sister Anne and my brothers came to my rescue and killed him, and we all enjoyed his fortune from that day on. Aunt Edna, be careful, be careful, be careful, and be careful once more. Something is quite unhealthy here. Watch every step you make. Be cautious, be warned. Don't be fooled by a golden appearance. Your opponent is sly and they are cruel. Go find the truth. It probably won't be very pretty, but you have to face it at last. Then gather your allies around you to help you overcome this enemy. And there is definitely, obviously something very wrong here. Somebody is targeting you. I don't see this as being like physical danger, but I feel like this is something that's going to be so disruptive. I don't know if they're like spreading rumors. I do see like someone rummaging through your stuff. Someone could be stealing from you. There's something here that's been going on for a long time behind your back, purposely hidden from you. Not like someone was trying to keep it from you, so that you didn't get hurt. Like, they're purposely hiding it because they're doing you dirty. You're going to find it out. And the thing is, you're going to need people on your side, because it's not just one person. There are several people here. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something that is just really effed up, really bad. And you're finally going to either catch them in the act or intuitively figure them out and confront them. The problem is, I feel like one or all of them are like dangerous. I don't want to see you get physically hurt or anything like that. So make sure if you confront anyone about something they're doing, never do it when you're alone, especially in the next week or two or throughout the summer. Guys, I love you all so much. Ron Forrest Jr., welcome. Come back a little earlier next time. I am going to go eat and go to bed. I love you all so, so much. Ghost Dragons, I'll talk to you later. Guys, please remember, if you donate PayPal or Cash App, I really do appreciate it. All right. And I'll see you guys next week.